change and save at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, pick up 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. Or upgrade to a MicroGuard Select filter for just $2 more. Limit supply. Offer in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do you have hot concrete around your pool, harsh concrete that hurts to walk on, or grease stains in your garage? We Do Concrete Coatings Louisiana can handle it all. We work with you to not only get what you need, but what you want. Locally owned and family operated with 10 years proven experience with construction and concrete coatings. From commercial to industrial, we do it all with the best warranty, ASTM proven products, and the best prices. Check us out at WeDoConcreteCoatingsLLC.com. We Do Concrete Coatings Louisiana.
Call my dad today, 225-400-3835.
Need an oil change and tire rotation? Take it to TRICARE and get $25 off your bill. That's right, $25 off our oil change and tire rotation combo when you come in and say TRICARE Tuesday.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, April 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 72. In hour 1 of today's show, we'll react to the national championship between Florida and Houston, and we'll talk some New Orleans Saints as well, as they've met with an interesting quarterback ahead of the NFL draft. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's going on, y'all? Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Hope you're having a great day, guys. Let's have ourselves a great day wherever this day finds you, in the car, in the way to work, way to school, whatever the case may be. Let's give it our all today, guys. Tail laid out. We got a good show planned for you. I'm T-Bob Hebert. He's Jake Kester. We got Alondra Villarreal and Taylor Sharp all hanging out today. Yeah, man, a national championship game took place last night, and unfortunately, but much to Jake's pleasure, he was right. Those damn dirty Florida Gators adding another national championship to their trophy case. Absolutely heartbreaking for Houston. I only saw the end of the game, so I'll let y'all kind of carry the conversation, but I did find it a bit interesting that over the final couple of minutes, it was the defense of Florida that ended up being the difference in the game, as opposed to the defense of the highly heralded Houston Cougars.
So we were doing the pregame show yesterday, kind of leading into the game, and it was funny. We were, all the things that we were talking about and what Florida had to do to win the game, what Houston had to do to win the game. And we were talking, hey, if this hits in the under, man, that really favors Houston. Well, it did hit the under. If they contain Walter Clayton Jr., they are going to win this basketball game. They did contain Walter Clayton Jr. He was 3 of 10, only had 11 points. And so you start to look at some of the things that we were talking about, like, hey, if you can get this done, you've got a great chance to win. And Houston got those things done for the most part. The only thing Houston didn't do, T, was make the play. Yeah. They had a couple of different opportunities to make the play that was going to go win you the basketball game. And, Tay, you were talking about it as we came in. They had multiple chances. They didn't take advantage of said chances. And when you do everything right except have somebody, one player, one time step up and make the play in a game like this, you're just not going to win those. And Florida came up with the play, and it was, like you said, Not on offense. It was on defense.
I did read a crazy stat. Florida led this game for 1 minute and 4 seconds. I mean, poor Kelvin Sampson, 69 years old, would have been the oldest coach to ever take home a D1 title.
36 years, I believe, as a head coach.
6 Sweet 16s in a row. What is this? 3 Final Fours mixed in there, or 2? I think 3.
It's
like 3 or 4.
I just saw it this morning.
I'm talking about just in this recent run.
Yeah, so it's 4 straight Sweet 16s.
It's 6 straight Sweet 16s.
Yeah, 2 Final Fours in there, including this one, and then one's the Elite Eight.
Yeah. So again, he's been so close, and now to lead for 98% of the game, to have the lead going into the final 2-minute stretch, and just and to be unable to come up with the bucket in a tournament where you had a beautiful set piece against Purdue to end that game. You had one of the most insane comebacks we've ever seen against what was objectively the most talented team in Duke, and yet here when you needed it most, it flitted away.
Yeah.
The muse, she left you there thinking, staring at the blank page, staring at another failed run at a national title. I mean, as if like I would feel bad for Sampson almost regardless of the circumstances, and everything's just exacerbated because it's Florida, who, I obviously don't want to win. And it's Golden, who's only 39 years old. And, it's just, I feel really bad for
Only coach, been head coach 6 years, and one of those years was a shortened COVID year. So 5.5 years as a head coach.
Exactly. And look at Kelvin. It's like, and then now becomes the youngest coach since Jim Valvano to win a natty, who did it at 37 years old. And who did he beat back in 1983?
Houston.
Yeah. Houston.
Look, 19 seconds left, T-Bob. You get the basketball back. You're down 2, and you don't get at least a shot up. And then you also don't foul to try to get the ball back. There's not a worse way for you to handle the situation than what you did.
No,
you're passing the ball around. Nobody's really moving around. You're looking for only the 3 when all you needed was a 2 to send it to overtime, right? And then you just make – a play that you can't make in that situation. Taylor, your cousin, jumps up, decides not to shoot the shot. Well, he obviously can't touch the basketball again. He was smart, as far as he knew it, and he was trying to box out the Florida player.
Had he dribbled? Had he picked up his dribble? If you haven't picked up your dribble, are you not allowed to jump and then?
Now, if he would have touched it, if he'd have touched it,
that's what the announcer said. I guess I've just been watching too much and one growing up, where sometimes guys would catch a pass, jump, and then dribble out the air. Because at first it was kind of
hot sauce can do it, Sharp cannot.
Yeah.
But then he tried. He tried to. He had the smart play, and he tried to box him out.
And nobody else,
is smart play.
You're right. Maybe you grab the ball and hope they don't hit. You foul them, and then hopefully they don't hit their free throws.
I don't think there's I don't care. I don't think there's anything you can do to get any credit for smart play after you rise up and throw the ball on the ground. Take a shot. You have to take a shot. And at the end of the day, nobody wanted to take the shot. And although
that is true, nobody did. He did. But he was too reckless.
He had it. Didn't take it. If he wanted to, he could have shot it.
Maybe.
Even if he thought he was going to miss it.
Yeah. You got to get a shot up.
Yes. If Florida's in that same position, Clayton's taking the shot, even if he is 3 of 10
doubt.
or whatever. There's no doubt. You know exactly who's taking it right there. Houston didn't. They couldn't find it. Taylor, what were your thoughts? I heard you taking as the show was cranking up. What were your thoughts on last night's game?
That was the same possession 2 different times in a row. If you go back and watch it against Houston, because they're up 1. There's about 1 minute and 40 left. And I was telling Jake, Victoria's not watching the game. She's sitting on the couch, but I yell things at her during the game, obviously. And I was like, hey, if Houston takes a 3 here.
What is she sitting on the couch? Is she reading when she's sitting on the couch? What is she doing?
She's probably just scrolling TikTok or something. Yeah. And I'm like, if Houston takes a 3 here, they're up 4 with 1 minute left. That'd be hard to come back. They go for the 3. Florida knew they were going to do it. They had absolutely no backup plan. They're like, we're taking this 3 anyways. What happens? They take a deep one. They airball it. Florida goes down to take the lead. Same thing on the last possession. And you were talking about Walter Clayton's taking that shot. They got it to the right guy. If you go back and look, it was a 3 to end it in regulation to L.J. Cryer. That's who they got the ball to. Florida double-teamed him. Everyone on Houston panicked. They had no idea what to do after that happened. It's like they had the right play set up originally, but when everything didn't go perfect, they had no sort of backup plan. It happened twice in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, you do have to also give Florida credit. Their defense in those final 4 or 5 possessions was stifling. Hard to penetrate. There was the big block the one time they did kind of penetrate. Like you said, around the 3-point line, guys were just absolutely smothered. Yeah, again, I mean, look, this was, these were 2 teams that were elite on one side of the ball, but still top 10 on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
And again, in the end, it was Florida's defense, which was still very good, but didn't get nearly as much credit. Like in the battle of weakness on weakness, and that's air quote weakness, Florida's defense against Houston's offense, Florida won that battle in the end when it mattered most. And now you are national champion despite leading the game for 1 minute.
And having the other team dictate the pace of the game.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, you hold Clayton. That's a really good point. You have the under, you hold Clayton nothing, and yet you did everything you thought you had to, and yet you still end up losing the game.
And you were up double digits in the second half. Like you're going to look back at that run that Florida made. I think it probably started with about 13, 14 minutes left, maybe 13 minutes left in the game, and you weren't able to close the door.
See, so yeah, I definitely actually, though, thought if you hadn't dribbled and pulled up that you could have dribbled.
And you just got to look. You got to put a shot up with about 6 seconds left. That way, you have time to either rebound or foul.
Yeah, crash the boards. Get that. Just take that thing and then crash the boards. But I mean, I get at that point, he's not consciously thinking. His body is just reacting, but on some intrinsic level, he didn't really want the shot. Because if you really want the shot on that kind of base subconscious level, you're taking it no matter what right there. No matter how bad it looks, no matter who's in your face, but his body didn't want it, unfortunately.
And if you go back and watch the beginning of the game, like Houston was great on defense. They scored the first basket of the game. They had that early lead, but there were possessions early in this game where Houston had 3 opportunities. They got 2 offensive rebounds in the same possession, could not convert anything. I mean, as good as their defense was, they came out ice cold, that bit them, and then they were bad at the end.
I feel like you see that every college basketball national championship. Shooting's almost never good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because guys get nervy, the sight lines, whatever it is. It feels like that's always the case.
For sure.
There seemed to be some amount of complaining about the referees. Again, I only watched the end of the game. I see you rolling your eyes. Do you all agree?
I actually thought they were okay. I mean, I didn't see them favoring one team over the other.
I don't think I saw that as much as just a lot of whistles. But, I mean, then again, these are physical
Yeah, but there were some times where I'm like, oh, they're going to call out a blocking foul. Nope, clean block, let them play. I mean, at times I thought they let them be aggressive.
Jake, you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything egregious that stood out to me.
Well, congrats to Chris Dorian and Chris Dorian alone. I don't know that I have any other Florida Gators that I'm happy
Coach
for.
Matt McCall for me. It's one of my co-hosts on Off Campus.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll give you a quick. This is the only time. Quick, whatever. Congrats, enduring. Who FaceTimed me way too late.
No congrats to you, Tim Tebow.
No, you don't get it.
Painfully clear about that.
Nope. You don't get it. You don't get it. Congratulations.
All right. When we get back, let's talk some New Orleans Saints as they continue to kick the tires on quarterback, and another interesting name has entered the chat. Break it down next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org. 925-8552 is the number. And when you call that number, you get to take advantage of multiple decades, damn near 50 years, Bo, of plumbing expertise. And so if you got a TT that's broken your toilet or something, there's a reach, those bad. So travel, basically. That was Houston's final possession in live read form. The bottom line is, if you need any plumbing help, go to Central Plumbing to take advantage of flat rate pricing, excellent warranty, licensed, bonded, and insured employees. Like, it's peace of mind every single step along the way. Expertise every single step along the way. CentralPlumbing.org, CentralPlumbing.org.
Go to the website today, see what they can do for you in the remodel game, see what they can do for you as far as going tankless with a tankless water heater, and also 24/7, 365 emergency service, no matter the time, no matter what day it is. 225-925-8552, centralplumbing.org.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage.
Come around and talk it over. So many things that I wanna say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight.
How quickly will this segment leave the rails? It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. Tonight. So, your New Orleans Saints yesterday Go DJ says, shout out and congrats to our boy Aaron Weiss becoming the new head coach of Isidore Newman High. Take it to you. Shout out Aaron.
U High offensive coordinator, now going to be the head coach at Newman. Good job.
Dude.
Congrats.
So, let's get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor and Staffing provides reliable local staffing solution for warehouse construction and manufacturing positions. Whether you need help with temporary labor or long-term hire, we got you covered with skilled, dependable workers, locally owned and operated. They're proud to serve Baton Rouge area businesses with fast, flexible service. So if you're dealing with no call, no shows this morning, if you're short-staffed, give them a call today and let Tiger Labor and Staffing meet your workforce needs. Yeah, so the New Orleans Saints have met with yet another quarterback. And unfortunately, if you're an LSU fan, it's one that you are all too familiar with. As this is from a Jordan Schultz, quote, sources, Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe had private workouts with the Saints and Browns that were described as impressive. He also met with key members of the Jets offensive staff and the Steelers prior to his pro day last month. So you I want to talk about Milroe specifically, but also overall, the New Orleans Saints doing their homework on this quarterback class. It's making me think more and more that with the plethora of picks that they have in this upcoming draft, that at some point they are planning to take a flyer on a quarterback, which would be in keeping with some of their recent actions. When you look at Jake Hayner and you look at Spencer Rattler. But now I guess the key difference would be is you have the winningest college quarterback of all time doing the evaluation in Kellen Moore, and you have Doug Nussmeier, right? You've got Scott Tolzien. It's a new quarterback think tank that is doing the evaluation. They've now worked out and had private meetings with Quinn Ewers. They've been linked to Kyle McCord, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe. Oh, obviously Shedeur Sanders. Jalen Milroe, the latest to enter the mix here. Let's start with talking about Milroe alone. I have a feeling that Milroe's price will be a bit too rich for the New Orleans Saints. I don't think he's going to fall that far because from a pure physical perspective, he has a superpower. Like, he has the most upside because of his athleticism. He just doesn't have the more traditional QB skill set that some of the others do. Where would Jalen Milroe have to fall, Jake, for you to want to take a shot at him?
Well, I don't know where I would want him to fall, but the Saints feel like all this homework that they've done, they're taking a quarterback at 9 or 40. It's going to happen.
Oh, so you think that early? So then I'm wrong about the price being that rich.
No, I think if they don't take one at 9, they are going to take a quarterback at 40.
Well, that would seem like
they have put so much work into this quarterback class. Now, I mean, even Mel Kiper Jr., he comes out with a mock draft about an hour ago. He's got Shedeur Sanders, number 9 overall, to the Saints.
Which our own Ross Jackson of LouisianaSports.net also did yesterday.
I think at this point, everybody, even Vegas, has the Saints as the landing spot for Sanders.
Oh.
So it feels like they are going quarterback no matter what. Now, if someone they really love falls to them at 9 that can help their team right now, that can play right now, maybe they select that player at 9 and then 40s when they take their quarterback. I do believe there's going to be quarterbacks at 40 that are valuable. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft that actually 40 would fit about where they need to be drafted. So the Saints are going to have a decision that they've got to make. If Shedeur Sanders is still on the board at number 9, are they willing to pass him up? Because it does feel like he is the one that they've identified as their top quarterback on the board. And maybe Cam Ward is. They know they're not going to get Cam Ward.
Nobody's getting Cam Ward,
yeah. But Mel Kiper's got Shedeur Sanders as his top quarterback. And so he's got him going 9th overall.
Mel.
He's got him going 9th overall to the Saints. And so, again, we talked about this yesterday. This is nothing to do with Sanders, the player. It's what you need right now, and it doesn't get filled at 9 with your current quarterback situation and Derek Carr and the contract and what you're going to be paying him. It doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when you think about who's going to be available next year in this draft at the quarterback position. But, you know, if they do select him, they'll do something they haven't done in 50 years, and this is somebody that they'd have to fall in love with, I think, to select at 9, because you've got other needs that are more pressing right now, and you could still get, I think, a starting quality quarterback at 40.
So what do you say? I mean, but didn't they choose? Okay, so this is interesting because we've kind of naturally morphed back into litigating Shedeur here, and I almost feel different than I did yesterday because I don't know. Maybe it's a deal where I was kind of closed off to it because I didn't think it's realistic because it didn't seem like the Saints had a ton of momentum that direction. I mean, didn't they just skip his workout or his one of the workouts that do I have my
I know
story
Sanders
wrong?
and Tennessee aren't going to have a workout anymore.
No, I thought there was no, I know that. I thought that the Saints decided against sending like Kellen Moore to his pro day or it just doesn't seem like there's been a lot of, like the same way we have stories about them having the private workout and hosting Quinn Ewers. Now they're having the private workout with Jalen Milroe. There's so many storylines. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that has not been the case with the Saints and Shedeur yet, right? I'm looking around the room, guys.
I haven't heard
telling you,
of
I
it.
don't know.
It's fine. If we're wrong, but I'm saying that we're all, I'm just making sure we're all on the same page. So my question then becomes, is this gamesmanship? If they're really going to take him at 9, are they trying to convince people that they aren't so nobody tries to trade up ahead of them at 8? Like
right, I see what you're saying.
Is that what's going on here, or are they actually not interested? Because I think some of my hesitance on Shedeur definitely came from the fact that I just didn't think Saints were interested, and so I wasn't going to allow myself to go there. Now that we're talking this out loud, if you're telling me that it's realistic and that they're going to do that and may do that, well, that becomes kind of exciting. Like, I don't give a damn about the ball padding, holding on to it, time to throw, whatever.
The most sacks in the NCAA.
Well, and me and Taylor were talking about this yesterday. It's a question of, does he hold on the ball so long in Colorado because he knows he can and he's just trying to make a play, but he has the ability to get rid of it quickly, or can he not process fast enough? And I'm willing to give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt in that regard, that it is the former, not the latter, but that is a big risk. That is certainly a big risk. Shedeur would look cool in the black and gold, though, dude. Okay.
They asked Dion about it.
No, Dion's been pushing it hard.
They even asked Shedeur about Kellen Moore, and he seemed to say really good things about Coach Teef.
He better. Like, you don't want to set that where you're.
What if he was like, nah,
ain't really it.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
well,
if
I just meant
anybody
he was
would,
like praising him. That's all I meant.
No, for sure. But if anybody
this is
would,
more of a this time of year, like you have to make sure that you're saying the right things. Then,
and for what it's worth, Adam Schefter is adamant on him going to the Saints at 9. Brian Dable met with Abdul Carter the other day, so they think he's going to fall because of that.
For what it's worth, other quarterbacks, and again, this is mock draft, we know what that is, but still, like, on the radar, Jackson Dart at 26 to the Rams. Then you go to early in the second round, back-to-back picks to start out the second round. Tyler Shuck from Louisville, 33 to the Browns. Jalen Milroe, 34 to the Giants.
So that's the other question I was going to ask is, if you were going to take a quarterback at 40, who would that be?
I'm going to be honest, like for the Giants, though, if they could get Milroe at 34 and then at number 3 they get Abdul Carter, that's better than getting.
Wait, who are the Browns taking in this scenario?
It looks like the Browns are going to go Travis Hunter instead.
Oh,
that's kind of the thing yesterday. And the Browns came out, Andrew Berry and all them said they actually prefer him at wide receiver.
Look, Travis Hunter can play. I don't know how to project that. He can play wherever he wants.
Yeah,
figure out. Like I don't really know, but I would. Ooh, man, I just thought there was something about teaming up Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter that just felt like unstoppable. Maybe a bit of too many resources in the same spot, but sheesh.
I agree, but
you get a true 2-for-1 though with Travis
Yeah,
Hunter.
it's true. It's true.
And
Value.
you can use him however you want. Hey, here's what you're going to do. Travis Hunter, you're going to play 25 snaps of offense and 40 plays of defense, or however you want that. And he has shown, at least in the college level, we'll see if it translates, that he can do it both at an elite level. Like, it's probably not getting talked enough about just the value that you would get there, because he's open, willing, and wanting to play both sides of the football.
Also, like, they were 31st in the NFL in touchdowns scored last year. Like, you need a weapon.
Travis Hunter's falling to the Ravens, though. Y'all saw the video yesterday? That video was so funny. Interesting. This is kind of crazy because as we're talking this out, I mean, I literally had this started as a Jalen Milroe segment, and yet now I'm having visions of a number 2 black and gold jersey dancing in my head.
Aaron Brooks?
I'm kind of into this, dude. I'm very into this. You mentioned the Giants getting Milroe at 30-something, Jake, and I think that, I'm with you. That'd be very good for New York.
I mean, if you get Abdul Carter and Jalen Milroe.
And then Jalen Milroe gets to learn at the feet of Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, who, regardless of what you think about where they are now, would be very good mentor figures in terms of how do you become a very successful quarterback in the NFL and be a professional. Okay. Lawrence,
I'm not
drafting Shadur Sanders first round quarterback 50. I'm into it. I take back everything I said yesterday. If this is real, if you guys are allowing me to actually open my heart to
real.
this,
it's for sure real.
Then I'm into it.
Now, and the other scenario that you were about to get into is you're trying to get the Steelers, probably, that's who I think I would identify, at 21 to move up to 9. To select Sanders.
Well, but the problem
is
is
ahead of you.
How would you? That's what I'm saying. How do you entice people to trade for your pick when there's nobody behind you that wants him? Right? Like, that's the issue. You need somebody at 10 who needs a quarterback, but you don't have that. Now, somebody might want to trade to 8. Like that's what's at play here. If the Saints, I think maybe that's why the Saints are being so demure on the Sanders front and working out all these other guys.
I don't know what that means, but
I think it means like
I know it's.
I don't really know.
Yeah,
actually.
me neither. Gosh, again, this has nothing to do with Sanders. Now, I'm not saying that I love him as a first-round quarterback. I think he's a good college player. I love how accurate he was, 74%. You love that. I don't love how long he took to get the football out. Like you said, was that because he felt like he could? I don't think so, because he took the most sacks, and so he actually couldn't do that in college. What is he going to do when times get tough? That's going to be a question, because there might be some growing pains in New Orleans. For what you need compared to what you would get with Sanders, can you get a player at 9, a Tyler Warren, Matthew Golden, Tedero McMillan, Mason Graham, whoever that might be, and then at 40, get a Quinn Ewers, Jalen Milroe? Like, which one of those would you be more intrigued by? I personally think you get the playmaker, and then you could get a quarterback very similar, I think, at 40 that you could get at 9.
I don't know. Shadur may not feel like Cam Ward, but he still feels different than those other guys to me, and he has a pedigree that is unlike those other guys. His entire life's been prepared for this moment.
What makes him, and maybe we can get this on the other side, what makes him more intriguing to you than Jackson Dart, who had better stats in a better league outside of completion percentage?
I think that Shadur was in a worse spot in Colorado and was a key part of taking a team that was god awful and then going 7-2 in the Big 12 last year. They if they'd won the bowl game, would that have been 10 wins? Certainly the bowl game performance was very disappointing. But if you're talking about going into a bad situation and making it better, and that's kind of what the Saints are going to be, he has a lot of experience in doing that. And I like Jackson Dart's intangibles as well. I mean, he's someone who Lane Kiffin was desperately trying to replace him. And, he just forced his way, and he just got better and better and made Lane Kiffin fall in love with him. So there's definitely some toughness there as well. But look, if it's a franchise quarterback, it's a franchise. No playmaker can be more impactful than a franchise quarterback. Can a franchise quarterback be made better by having playmakers around? Yes, absolutely. But there is no greater value in the NFL than feeling like you found a guy under center. And I don't know if shooters. I mean, who knows, right? All these guys are coin flips. You never know. But
what happens? You select Sanders number 9, and again, this isn't. When I say Milroe at 40, it's not that I like Milroe better than Sanders. I'm just trying to think of who would be available at 40. Jackson Dart's not going to be there at 40. He's just not. He's played his way out of that. I like Quinn Ewers in that spot because I've seen him make every throws that no other quarterback in this draft even can make at times. It's just not consistent. What do you do with Derek Carr if you select Sanders in the first round, 9 overall?
You
just sit.
Look at
Sanders
Kirk Cousins and
behind him
Michael
for a year?
Penix. You sit Sanders until you don't. If Derek Carr's falling apart, you play Sanders eventually. I mean, Cousins and Penix is literally the exact same blueprint that the New Orleans Saints have right now. And
Michael Penix or Shadur Sanders?
I mean, what do you think, Shadur? That's such a weird thing. That's a tough one to parse because, like, what would Shadur Sanders have looked like at Washington with those receivers? Been pretty awesome. True or false?
He did have the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah,
at receiver.
he had a good.
And Horn's going to be an NFL player as well.
He had 3 first-round receivers. Like, what are we talking about here?
No, not 3 first-round receivers.
Okay. Never mind. So y'all say Colorado's as good as Washington's offense?
No, I think they had good receivers. I think that was a bright spot of their team last year. Their O-line wasn't.
Colorado won the Joe Moore Award and had 3 legitimate NFL receivers.
No, their O-line wasn't good, but their receivers were good.
Wait. They had 1 first-rounder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was they had
Rome was the only first one, right?
So
and they had like a second and a third.
Okay. I mean, what are we talking about here, guys? What I'm saying is I think Shadur would have done freaking awesome in that Washington offense with that support staff that Michael Penix had. I think Penix has a stronger arm.
Penix won at Indiana, too. I mean, there's a lot. We could go 1,000 different ways.
Yeah, and Shadur won at Jackson State as well. Like, what? You say that, but, like, they were bad before.
I don't think those 2 levels are not comparable. They're just not.
I think Indiana was one of the worst football team. They actually are the worst football team in college football history.
It doesn't matter because I'm just sitting here saying that, like, it's impossible to know if a guy's going to work out in the NFL or not. But I think you're crazy if you're telling me that Shadur Sanders wouldn't have also kicked ass.
I'm not saying he wouldn't have been
at
good.
Washington.
I actually hold Michael Penix Jr. pretty high up. So I don't think he would have done as well as Michael Penix Jr. He would have done well, no doubt about it.
Well, maybe this will be the quarterback battle of the future in the
Could
NFC
be.
South.
Could
Michael
see it
Penix
twice
Jr.
a year.
Versus Shadur Sanders in the Saints-Falcons rivalry. I'm into it. If it is actually real and potentially going to happen, it would be deeply exciting if the Saints were to take a quarterback in the first round. Again, you can go get a playmaker, absolutely, and that's going to be the more conservative, sure bet. Without a doubt, the quarterback's the biggest risk. But the upside will always land with quarterback. There is no playmaker in the world that is better than getting a good quarterback. Look at Myles Garrett. He's been back-to-back NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All-Pro, and what does he have to show for it? Nothing.
It's because he plays on the mistake by the leg. But
I know. That's what I'm saying. But if you have the quarterback, then you can figure everything else out. Now, will Shadur be that? I don't know. I do know this. He'd be good for business. There'd be a lot of talk. A lot of sports
here on
talk
the show,
fodder
for
everywhere. The Sanders move with an economy unto themselves. All of a sudden, we'd be like the Dallas Cowboys. Be talked about on Get Up every single day. They're in the spotlight. We'll see.
Okay, we got to go break.
You want to get a final? You want to get a final point in?
No, I mean we can come back later.
All right, let's see. You want to keep talking about the other side?
Sure.
All right, more OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You go to the website today, and you can start to explore the inventory. You can see all the great deals going on. Remember, right now, guys, buy 3 tires, get the 4th for just $1. How about that? If you need a body shop or a service center, you go to All-Star Toyota of Airline Highway, and you mentioned OTB, you get $250 for deductible. And remember, it's not like the body shop at Collision Center. It's not just exclusive to Toyotas or to cars from All-Star. No, it's open to all makes and models. So you still get to take advantage of the free professional estimates, excellent lines of communication, and you save money when you mention OTB. All-Star Toyota.
Go to the website today, buy new, leasing, renting. It is summer vacation time here coming up in a couple of months. Maybe you got spring break this week, next week. That's coming as well. So if you've got a trip planned or you're planning a trip, reserve your vehicle today. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
When you find yourself alone, your demons come to light, and your mind is not your own.
We have actually stumbled upon a topic which has caused true passion in the room once again. And it is this Shedeur Sanders debate.
Alondra won't even talk to us.
I know. So mean. Jake was trying to talk to her for a minute.
My
she didn't say a
on.
single thing.
I didn't hear you.
It was funny though, because he was like, "We're about to come back in." He's like, "Alondra," and she was just sitting there. We were
Nothing.
like, "Oh."
I'm like, damn, she's mad at you, boy.
No,
she's mad at you, Jesse.
But we did.
I think as we have talked out through the break, I think the Shedeur whether you want him or not probably boils down to that one core idea of, was he holding onto the ball because he could, and he thought he wanted to try to make these plays, and that whatever, if he gets sacks, he'll take the sacks and still make plays out of it, or was he holding onto the ball because he can't process fast enough? And so whether or not you're going to allow yourself to be excited about Shedeur is whether or not you believe that he can process his way out of pressure at an NFL level. And I think he can, but I have nothing to really base that on. I would say maybe like his pedigree, who he's trained with, the fact that he's more aware of that than anybody. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he can't. And definitely, yeah, like if you don't think he can, I would say that the evidence is on your side, given the college play, the time to throw, and the 40 million sacks like Jake talked about. So I'm definitely kind of reaching to give him the benefit of the doubt.
And I'll go back to it. Like, again, this isn't the player really for me, and why I think the Saints probably should go elsewhere. It is more what their current makeup is and what they've also done to themselves with the Derek Carr contract and what that kind of looks like for them. It's very exciting, like you said on air during the break, to imagine the Saints selecting your quarterback for the first time in our lifetime. I'm about to be 40 years old in a month from today, and they've never done it, right? They've never done it in 50 years, right? It's a number?
Yes.
Okay, so like none of us, basically none of us know it, okay?
Yeah.
That's all very, very exciting. I do think this is a player that can be successful in the NFL. I think there is a certain ceiling there that's not going to get him in the top 5. That's fine. But I just look at your roster, and it depends on who is available. If there is certain players in this draft that are still available, because I think Tyler Warren's the cleanest player in this draft.
Yeah.
I think easily you turn on the tape, there's not another player in this draft, to me, that's a safer pick. And not safe like you're not taking a risk, because I think his ceiling is incredibly high. So if that's a player that's there, do you not select Tyler Warren to select Shedeur Sanders?
So this is kind of like, so Daniel Blunt writes, in 20 years in NFL drafts from 2002 to 2023, 39 of these 61 quarterbacks picked in the first round, so 64%, were more of a miss than a hit. So why do teams keep doing it, right? Because it's the potential. And Jake, I agree with you. The safer path, if you're saying my only goal with this pick is to just for sure make my team better, that's Tyler Warren. It's going to be one of these other guys. It is only, it's like gambling with quarterbacks. Because if you do hit a guy, if you hit the guy, then you are way better. Like it jumps you up in a way that nothing else can. But Shedeur would seem like one of the riskier gambles in that regard, in terms of expecting him to do that with what we know about his physical skill set and everything else. But like that's why. So yes, if you want to for sure guarantee that you're going to have a pick, which, given that the Saints have had so many first round busts, that also matters, because that takes on added context for a guy like Tyler Warren, where they're like, no, we want to go that way because we got to get this right. Absolutely. But it is, the only reason why this is a conversation is because if the quarterback hits, that is a bigger deal than anything else. Even if you're still weak elsewhere, because then you can figure it out. You go all in. Look, who was QB2 last year? Jaden Daniels, right? It's not equal, but what I'm saying is, look what the Commanders have done this offseason now that they know they have a guy. You might as well, they're high on their own supply. They're out here doing everything they can, all in on that team. It is a drug for GMs that is heady. And you might have a chance to draft QB2. Or Tyler Warren, be a very damn good player. Derek Carr have success with them, and you see where you fall next year. Though, again, this is a roster where you're probably not going to be picking that like super, super high next year. Maybe so. Maybe so.
I think what they do at 40 also would talk me in or out of the pick at 9. Like if you get Shedeur Sanders at 9 and Emeka Egbuka at 40, okay, then that's a different conversation.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Then it's like, okay, well, you actually did take care of a need. Or any of those receivers. I actually like Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, true 6'2", 205 receiver. So what you do at 40, who's available there, sure, I can change a little bit of my thought process. If there's a player that can help you today, because the Saints have not given themselves over to a rebuild. They just have not.
No.
So if you're staying in line with what the front office is trying to do, and there's a game changer outside of quarterback at 9, if you're staying true to what you've done to the build-up of the season, and I think you go elsewhere and maybe look quarterback at 40 just because the Derek Carr contract situation, to me, you did that. That's on you. You've done that. You've put yourself in this position.
Closing out hour 1 next.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
And Florida Boulevard, Suite 208, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70806.
Has your business started using our Trash Rangers front loaders to pick up your commercial trash? For more info, please visit trashrangers.com today to make it happen tomorrow.
Second opinions save money. Trust your European vehicle to Vex European.
back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, our Shadur conversation got a little bit away from us here, so we're going to have a quick segment to wrap up this hour. Shout out to the LSU women's basketball team. Coach Mulkey landing a big-time transfer in Kate Koval, 6'5", native of the Ukraine, former McDonald's All-American, was a freshman in Notre Dame last season. Played in 32 games, 10 starts, averaged 5 and 5, and 55 blocks. Just a lot of size being added with Koval down here in the boot. So good job by Coach Mulkey and company. And then LSU basketball with a bit of interesting news. Adding Ronald Dupree to be the general manager of the program. Of course, Ronald Dupree finished his career at LSU as one of the great all-time players, 8th in scoring, 5th in rebounding, led the SEC in scoring in 2001, played in the NBA for 6 years, played overseas. And then, Jake, the guy just loves basketball because he immediately entered scouting executive role. He's been a Bucks executive and Milwaukee Bucks executive for 8 years now. He was most recently the director of global scouting. Love that. Maybe you start to reach overseas for some players and whatnot. But either way, someone who is clearly obsessed with basketball, wants to be a GM, a front office guy, and now getting that opportunity here at his alma mater. This is a good hire by LSU and company.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, you mentioned that 2001 year that he had. Certainly a very exciting player to watch, goes and has a long-time professional career. And I love, though, more than anything, because it's not gimmicky. He's been in the front office with a very good franchise with the Milwaukee Bucks. That piece of it, more than anything. Sure, the LSU tie is great. You want to have that there. But, Trae Young's the assistant GM now at Oklahoma. Steph Curry's the assistant GM at Davidson. That. I get it. They're legends. Will always be legends, but they're still playing, so it's a little gimmicky. There's nothing gimmicky about this. I think this helps LSU basketball.
This is you're literally hiring a damn near decade-long NBA executive for an executive role.
Yeah.
It's a smart hire by Matt McMahon. Hour 2 of Off the Bench coming up next.
Off the Bench.
Extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Season, serving our community with pride. Still family owned and operated, they're more than just a store. They're a part of your life. Whether it's football, baseball, or any sport in between, they've got you covered. Any season, for any reason. Red Stick Sports is there for you. Swing by today and keep the spirit alive. Red Stick Sports, where every game begins. 5770 Essen Lane.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. If you missed the show, you can always check it out on demand at 1045ESPN.com, the 1045 ESPN app, or the After Further Review YouTube channel. AFR On Demand, brought to you by Breck Golf. Book your tee time today at golf.breck.org.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, April 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 72. In hour two of today's show, we'll talk some LSU football and a GM role in college football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's good, y'all? Welcome into hour two of OTB. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday here. Oh, no Coach Mulkey today, dude.
I know.
Just hit me.
See what she's doing. Cold call.
I mean, honestly, she's so kind that I don't think she'd come on, but she would, she'd
give us
nice
something, quick,
she'd be nice about it. But no, I'm not going to bug that woman. Although it was great seeing her partner in crime, Queen of Sparkles, there at the auction tonight. How about I vaguely remember at the end of the auction, wasn't Coach Johnson's wife there, Jake? Am I crazy?
Jay Johnson, yeah. She was. Yeah.
Shout out.
Because you were asking for an LSU baseball score update.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What? Taylor, what are you giggling about?
Giggling at, man. We were up there for an hour trying to raise money for the kids. What's funny about it?
You're like, going up, hey, what's the score?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, straight. I mean, it was, look, we were up there for a long time.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah. We do have OTB mailbag coming up. I wanted to open the hour talking baseball, though. LSU baseball. Okay, Alondra. I know you don't have much passion for the Shadur Sanders convo, but I know you love you some LSU baseball.
I actually wouldn't mind if we drafted Shador at 9.
See, that's my dog. See,
That's
what
all
I'm
we
talking about.
needed.
Be more like Alondra, Taylor. I try to tell you every single
And tell
day.
us why.
Be more like Alondra.
Because I don't like Derek Carr.
See, sometimes the
honestly,
simplest logic is best.
Very true.
No, but like I said, I was listening to Schefter talk about it, and he actually compared it to how you did with Penix and Cousins, and he accurately predicted Penix at 8
Last
for the
year?
Falcons last year.
Oh,
yeah.
Schefter called that?
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It was
crazy.
it was draft night. If you guys remember, it was like an hour before the draft started. Like
Yeah.
he was like, "Hey, like watch this, guys. Like this could actually happen."
God, it was so we were in a full bar in Detroit, and when that happened, it was like a dead silence of 1,000 people.
Yeah, like,
and
what?
then the conversation roared. It was kind of cool to see.
Oh, so it was like a shock. Yeah,
like,
you saw like the shock.
Yeah.
And then the rush to afterwards. Oh, that's cool.
It was, yeah.
So it was like a wave like receding and then crashing back in.
But I was like deep in the dire wolf thing, and now I'm like looking at Yeshiva and Lehman College stats.
Okay, we're gonna get that. How good
I'm
is
looking
that?
at their stats.
How good is that, dude?
Yeah,
We're gonna
love
get to
this.
that in a minute. So we're gonna use and I want to get to dire wolf later, but we're gonna use the LSU baseball as a quick springboard to get into Yeshiva Lehman. So LSU back in action tonight, as Jake said, bit of an extended road trip here, as they're going to be going to Thibodeau tonight to take on Nichols. They cannot escape the cold weather.
I know.
I mean, is it going to be, dude, it was 40 degrees this morning.
It's freezing.
I was actually cold leaving the house. I'm like, what is going on? So sorry, LSU baseball. I mean, even though whatever, I'm sure they're not like wholly mad at it. I guess it's still better than being 1,000 degrees already.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Actually,
I'd rather be 1,000
be
degrees,
right,
I think.
especially in baseball.
Yeah,
because there's nothing more miserable than standing around in the cold.
You're
when you're a young guy.
Hitting.
Oh, you're in left or right field, and those seem like the coldest positions. You're getting no action. You're just sitting there, just.
Or if you don't catch the ball right, it hurts really bad too.
So this is very funny. I've been saying Yeshiva this whole time, and good as Goldberg in the chat says Yeshiva is how it's pronounced, and I'm going to trust good as Goldberg.
Me too.
On the
Yeshiva.
pronunciation there.
Goldberg the wrestler or Goldberg the goalie?
Either way, both Jewish.
It's an Orthodox Jewish school.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. So if your chat name is good as Goldberg,
you'd probably know.
I'm going to roll with your pronunciation on it. So Yeshiva. Anyway, LSU baseball tonight taking on Nichols. Again, this lineup is so tough to overcome for any. Maybe eventually they'll run into a junk baller they just can't get their heads wrapped around. It hasn't happened yet. What do we think? William Schmidt again?
Probably.
Getting the start, give you a couple innings, then what's the plan after that? Like who are the next arms that Jay's trying to lube up for the weekend?
So
there's a lot.
Last week it was Schmidt, and then I don't remember who he put in after that.
He did
Was
well.
Was it Ware? Was it Connor Ware?
So it was somebody
it was.
short. Yeah, when Ware's pitched a lot in midweek, like he's going to play for sure tonight. Who else did he throw? I did this game. I should know this.
You want me to look
He
at the
threw
box?
he threw basically everybody.
I mean Jay made like
he like
six
Cooper
pitches.
Williams, Maverick threw.
Williams,
Because I mean,
Beck
these
threw,
guys
Chandler
aren't getting
Dorsey
innings on the
threw.
weekend. You got to give them at least an inning here, right? Like a Maverick Grizzly, like somebody that you want to factor in as the season goes on.
I think so. I mean, you threw 8 pitchers against Louisiana Tech. So this is where they have to get their work. If you're going, you threw 5 pitchers in a 3-game series. Okay, now is that going to be every weekend? No, but it's not too far off what every weekend's been. Like it's kind of been like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So this
true.
This is when you got to get that work in. And so nobody's going to really be extended. Like whoever starts this game isn't going to go 6 innings.
No.
Right? You're going to probably go, 3, 2, and then 1 for the rest of the way. Because you have to. Like this is when they're going to get their, hopefully not, but high leverage situation moments, not just a bullpen.
Yeah, and you do have, because Jay wants to win all of these games, you have the added security blanket of a lineup that will most likely give you really good run support. Watch it not happen tonight. Everybody's like, whatever.
You might see Jaden Newt out there. He hasn't thrown since Mississippi State. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you only use 5 pitchers.
No, I know. That's crazy. So that's really what to watch tonight. I mean, does anybody else have anything terribly interesting? I mean, I guess we'll see Cade probably again. I mean, Hernandez has to get a night off, right?
Oh, yeah.
Aaron
Aaron
been your
yes.
midweek catcher.
Yeah.
And he's actually been
He's
good
been
in
good.
that role, yeah.
And he seems to have embraced the
mean-
role. He seems to have embraced learning from Luis and kind of, learning the college game, and he's done really well in the midweek.
He's got a good bat.
Yeah, definitely. So anything else before we move on to Yeshiva Lehman?
No, I think for me, for the baseball game, it's truly who's going to throw, how do they look, can they help you on the weekends if you need them? Because you'll need, I don't know, two arms to kind of step up when you start talking about regionals, super regionals, and maybe even Omaha.
Yeah.
Like we talked about it. I forget what day that was. Maybe it was Friday.
Yeah.
You always need somebody. You always need somebody that you're not really expecting to step up. And like these are the moments when you find out who you can trust the most in that situation. So
yeah, like who's gonna get the ball? Not that they'll do it, but who's gonna be the guy that gets the chance?
Right. I mean, it was last year. It was Will Helmers against UNC.
So
lights out.
Yeah, true. So if you're wondering why, though, we're talking about Yeshiva Lehman.
Yeah, I don't know what we're about to talk about.
Okay, so you haven't seen any of this.
I don't know what we're talking about. No.
This is the most insane baseball game you could possibly imagine is taking place today. And I got to give credit to Nick _RTY345 on Twitter, because this is the rare game in which it is a stoppable force versus a movable object. Jake, these two teams have combined to lose 141 baseball games in a row. 141. Yeshiva has a 99-game losing streak that dates all the way back to 2022. Lehman has a 42-game losing streak that dates all the way back to 2023 in baseball. I know, you're giving me a quizzical look like as if this is not possible.
Haven't won in years.
I dove into the school websites and looking at their records. It is possible. And
where
it's
is this
crazy because it's in New Jersey. Because some of the games are close. Like there's some one-run losses in there and stuff. They just cannot find their way to a win, but somebody has to win today.
Oh, my God.
Like one of them has to win.
Yes, and baseball is just such a game of, the best team doesn't always win. And that's why we always talk about you take 2 of 3 in this series. Like, you're feeling really good, even though you're the better team. And the Major League level, it's the same situation. Like, if the Dodgers are playing the Nationals, you're like, well, hell, I think the Dodgers actually lost to the Nationals last night. Like, it happens. It's baseball.
It's not for these two.
That's
great.
99-game losing streak versus a 42-game losing streak.
I mean, we got to be pulling for Yeshiva, right?
Well, Lehman is 17-0 all time versus
Yeshiva.
Yeah, we got to pull for Yeshiva.
No, I agree. We're cheering for Yeshiva
First
here.
off, 99-42, and they've never beat them.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lehman leads the all-time series against Yeshiva 17-0. They average 15 runs a game, while Yeshiva only averages 4, basically, in the series.
They average 15 runs a game. And they
No, against Yeshiva.
Oh, against each other. I was like, golly, how bad's their pitching.
I mean, come on, Yeshiva. This is your time. Back-to-back winless seasons. Let my people go!
Oh, no.
This is one of those games that's so bad it's good. This should be on ESPN.
It really
should be. Everybody's watching 100%.
this game.
If they, honestly, if they streamed this like on Twitter, they would get six-figure views.
They stream it on the I looked it up yesterday. I didn't write it down, though. It's going to be streamed on one of the schools'
But you know what I'm
websites.
saying? Like, if it was live streamed, like
just put it on
just
Twitter.
the page
Yeah.
of Twitter, it would get at least 100,000 views.
I agree.
I did dive into a little bit of stats.
Okay, what do we got?
The ERA and the batting average for Lehman College is way better than both not great, but it's better than Yeshiva. So the batting average, team batting average for Lehman College is 258.
Solid.
The team batting average for Yeshiva's 189.
Oh my God.
Opponents are batting 441 against them, so I don't know how great that's. Opponents batting 397 against Lehman, and they got a 14.93 ERA.
Wait. Teams are batting 397 against Lehman?
Yes.
Oh my.
But they're batting 441 versus Yeshiva. So
441.
And then the team ERA for Yeshiva College, 1864.
Ooh.
Has Yeshiva
14.93 for Lehman.
I'm just picturing a grouping of the most nerdy, unathletic Jewish kids
the
ever.
Bad News Bears.
That's
Yeshiva.
Oh man. Come on, Yeshiva. Find a way, dude. Again, it's time to reach the land of milk and honey. Too long.
Wait,
my
aren't
people
they
have
both
suffered
Jewish?
under Egyptian oppression.
Yeah,
Aren't they both Jewish?
Is Lehman Jewish as well?
I thought you said that.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said that. Never mind.
We know Yeshiva is. I'm not. I looked it up on Lehman yesterday because I was actually trying to figure that out. I did not see anything that said that Lehman was Jewish.
No,
it actually was named one of the most diverse colleges in New York and one of the top value colleges in New York for whatever that is worth.
Yeah, no, it just says public college. Sorry, I thought I heard you say that they both were earlier.
If we're going by mascot, Lehman's got this one in the bag.
What's their mascot? Yeshiva's the Maccabees.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
Lehman's the Lehman Lobos, which is good.
Okay, a Maccabee refers to a group of Jewish rebel warriors who fought against the Seleucids in the 2nd century BCE. The name is often associated with the meaning hammer or hammerer. Let's go, Maccabees. It's time to hammer Lehman. I shocked the world.
It's also a book in the Bible.
What's that?
I think it's also a book in the Bible.
Yeshiva or Maccabee?
No, Maccabee. The Maccabees? The Maccabees. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like I know the books of the Bible pretty well.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Wait.
There's maybe a letter written to the Maccabees at some point.
It has something to do. It has something to do with. It's a book in the Jewish religion. My bad.
Okay, so it's something maybe out of the Torah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Because I'm looking right here in the Jewish one. They have
There's
one
so many
Maccabees
books.
and 2 Maccabees.
Oh, there you go.
But not in our version.
All right.
So yeah, I mean it is
the old Council of Nicaea deciding that Maccabee doesn't make the cut. Well, guess what? It's time now for the Maccabees to rise. It's time to split the Lehman Sea in 2 and let my people go. Who will play the role of Moses in the batter's box tonight? Who can step up and avoid the 100-game losing streak and lead them to the land of milk and honey? It's like Mississippi State, right? They had, 90, and it was like 999 team sports before they finally won that national championship?
Yeah.
This is their time. Let's go.
How did y'all both find this independently?
I found this a few weeks ago
on Twitter.
It was either on one of these sickos Twitters, or maybe it was a college. It might have been the college football subreddit. Somewhere on Reddit is where I originally stumbled across it.
Yeah, some baseball page on Twitter. I don't remember what it was called. I just had it.
But at the time, there were still like 8 games left for each team to reach here winless, and our guys went and did it. They went and did it. So somebody has to win today. The funniest thing would be maybe if there was like an act of God and then the game gets canceled and nobody wins. They have to move on with the series, and it's like raining. They have to cancel the games, and then both just go on to lose the rest of the season. You got this, Yeshiva. Let's go, baby. It's time to hammer him like there's the Seleucids back in 136 BC. I don't think Yeshiva stands a chance. It doesn't seem.
This is the most publicity D3 baseball has ever gotten.
Ever. Yeah, they're tied late, and then it gets rained out, canceled. Nookie also raised an interesting point about LSU Nichols. Is that didn't LSU Nichols get canceled originally because it was too cold?
Yeah.
Back in February.
February 19th, I believe.
And now it's going to be 40 degrees again.
I think it was colder than that.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Phil. Poxitani. Undefeated.
It's like a cold front. It's not like fully cold and stuff.
I know, but I'll be damned if this winter hasn't had a few little icy tendrils grasping, trying to stick around.
Unfortunately, it has.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness.
It was almost 90 last week.
I know, it was hot.
Which is insane.
I know.
How does it change like that?
No idea. Anyway, shout out to Yeshiva. What time's the games today? Alondra, do you know? Can you look it up?
Yeah, I can look it up.
The game today?
Yeah.
6:30.
Oh, a night game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Under the bright lights where it deserves to be.
Oh, wait. Are you talking LSU or the?
No.
Oh, it's at
It's got to be at like 2.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like there's a double header. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a double header. Yeah, it's
2 and 5.
2 and 5.
That's
Okay, yeah, I was about to say that makes way
One
more
night
sense.
game.
Yeah.
One night game.
Yeah, maybe.
What if Yeshiva gets to 100 losses and then breaks the streak in the second game?
I think that's actually the way to go.
All you need is one. All we need is one. 9 a.m. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Wild. All right, coming up next, we've still got some very interesting stories coming up this hour. But next, let's do a little OTB mailbag. Go ahead and get your questions in the chat, hashtag OTB mailbag, and we'll be back with more Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Guys, go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. And I'm always mentioning the roll-off dumpsters. And I cannot explain to you how convenient it is working with Trash Rangers. Doing a little spring cleaning. Me and my wife realized this last weekend was the only weekend we had to really hammer it. And so we're like, we got to get a dumpster dropped off here. And I'll be damned if I called and not 2 hours later, I had, what is it? Is it 10, 15, 30-yard dumpsters? I think we got this one. We got like a 10-yard dumpster. It's been great. So if you need that for some project business, they got your back. If you're a business and you need roll-off dumpsters, emptied anywhere from 1 to 6 days a week, anywhere in the listening area, let us know. Go with the neighbors. Go to Trash Rangers.
I can tell you how quick it was for T-Bob because he was texting them while we were here. We got to Tiger Stadium, and they were already telling him that they were going to drop it off that quick. TrashRangers.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Ben Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Welcome to the 7th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I mean, I'm just asking questions, you know? You're telling me the earth is round. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm saying.
Like, tell me why it's not flat.
Yeah, tell me why it's not flat.
Yeah.
And then everything you're going to say, I'm just going to be like, I don't know.
I don't know. You never know.
Never. Have you ever been to space?
That's one I could never get behind.
Prove it. Duh.
That's
you
like
have to be mentally.
even I draw the line
you have
there.
to be mentally ill.
Yeah.
To like legitimately.
Yeah.
To believe that the Earth is flat.
So why don't we all just go to the end of it then and prove it? If
Has
it's
anybody
flat?
walked off of it accidentally? I guess we don't know.
I don't know, bro. There's all kind of. There's like donut Earth theory. There's the giant ice. I don't. Get
Okay,
it.
I
like
haven't heard
Donut
the
Earth
donut
actually
one.
better because that's more insane.
I know. One of my good friends was actually pushing Donut Earth on me for a while.
I like that. I like that better.
Yeah. Absolute madman. I can't remember what it was about.
Could you imagine being like, the flat earthers are morons? It's donut shaped.
I mean, it is basically.
Like, that's exactly what happened.
You're not wrong.
Look at these idiots.
Speaking of idiots, let's answer some questions from the chat. Let's do a little OTB mailbag.
I have this special delivery for Park the bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Jake, thoughts and picks on Champions League today.
I don't know if I can give you picks just straight off the dome here.
Who's playing today?
It did look like Arsenal was a little preoccupied when they were playing my Everton squad this weekend. So maybe they'll be locked back in against Madrid.
Did
today.
Everton beat him this weekend?
They tied 1-1. But
Arsene Wenger ain't walking through that door.
Bayern Munich's playing Inter Milan. I'll go the home teams. Bayern Munich and Arsenal. Go home teams. It's two good matchups.
Is there going to be afternoon? You're going to be watching that while
2
you're doing
p.m.
off campus?
Oh, no doubt.
Hell yeah.
I do like that, like when it is Champions League, like whoever's co-hosting with me, they kind of understand.
Yeah, just gonna be a
like,
little
I'll bring us into the segment, but you got it.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. Did Tay enjoy his time with Chad after the Nickelback show?
Yeah, I took him to the mansion afterwards out there in Kentwood. Got a little weird, but other than that, yeah, we had a good time.
It was so specific.
My sister actually did make out with Chad Kroger back in the day after a show.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Hey, you be telling Cammy secrets all the time up on this show.
I didn't put a name on it. You did. You just doxed my
I
sister.
was long hair in Chad,
son.
too.
You just confirmed it.
Yeah, you did. You did confirm it.
Was she in high school? It was a different time.
It was a different.
It was a different
It's
time.
fine.
Different time.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. If they extend this direwolf technology, are you up for Mastodon brisket? Absolutely. I would love to eat ancient meat.
Well, mammoth is next. Like, that's what they're doing next.
Is a mammoth a
Is that a
mastodon?
mastodon?
I don't know.
kinda
I
feel
feel
like
like
they're
they
very
are.
similar, right?
I have no idea.
Mastodons were smaller,
Oh, okay, really?
while mammoths were larger with flatter, rigid molars for grazing.
I mean, we have like really good samples of mammoths,
Yeah.
right? Like you should be
But
able
yeah,
to
like an
remake a
elephant,
mammoth.
I feel like is basically a mammoth.
Yeah, like we're close to it.
Well,
now.
and we'll get to the dire wolf a bit later, Landra, because yes, I think having a living close relative is the way that they're pulling this
Yeah.
off, right?
Yeah.
Which,
And old fossils.
can you do a dinosaur? Can we get like a chicken?
Yeah, probably. Chickens are dinosaurs.
Ostriches have a very dinosaur-like feel.
Yeah.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. How do y'all think Shadur Sanders would have done in Nuss's place at LSU last season? Probably been really good.
Not as good.
Not as good.
Because I think what we're talking about with the processing and stuff, I think Nussmeier's elite at it.
Yeah.
You go back. I actually watched. I was watching the Ole Miss tape. I think it was late last week, getting ready for the draft. Not for him, obviously, but for Will and Emery. But it was like, my God, in the pocket in the fourth quarter, incredible.
Yeah. Hashtag OTB mailbag. Is Taylor the Nick Fuentes of OTB?
I don't know. Y'all talk about so many people that I have no idea who they are. I am so behind online when it comes to y'all. So
Well,
behind.
Nick Fuentes is not somebody that you want to know anyway.
I know, but
so
still,
it's
like
fine.
y'all knew him. Y'all said that yesterday.
I just recently found that I was
my
blocked by
algorithm
some
is?
guy named Nick Fuentes yesterday, and then I tweeted it out who I must have talked crap to him at some point. I was like, "Who is this?" Apparently, he's like a Holocaust denier.
Yeah.
Did he go on Joe Rogan?
I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Why was he in the news yesterday? I don't remember. But yes, Taylor also does not believe in the Holocaust, so he is.
I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I mean, so no, probably not.
No, he wasn't on with Joe Rogan.
Nobody wants to see Yeshiva lose more than Nick Fuentes.
Right.
So if you're cheering against the Yeshiva, you're basically Nick Fuentes. Be careful who you root for in today's Lehman game. It says a lot about you. It's like a dog whistle. I'm cheering for Yeshiva. Hashtag OTB mailbag. An intruder. Oh, crap. My chat just. Okay, I lost. Okay, hashtag OTB mailbag. Would you rather $2 million up front or $750K each year for 4 years, taxes paid for already?
$750K.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, for sure. More money. It's consistent money over a more extended period of time.
Also, I can do plenty with $750K.
Yeah,
it's not like I got that and I'm like, damn it, I'm short.
Hashtag OTB mailbag. An intruder has a gun pointed at Elantra and Taylor. Who do you save? I dive in front of the intruder and sacrifice myself to save them both.
Classic
no
answer.
way.
Classic. Yeah. And we know T-Bob's not taking a bullet for anybody.
Yeah, for both of you. I take it for both of you.
No, oh
It's
man.
just not true.
And then like Jesus, you always have to remember that I died for you.
Okay.
Well, good. Now T-Bob the intruder's listening, and now you gave away your plan.
I
Good
get
job,
like
bud.
a necklace of T-Bob diving, and I just wear it all the time.
Exactly. You have to burn candles. No, I'd let them kill Taylor.
Hey, that's fine. Don't miss. Don't miss. Get me on the first shot. Don't miss.
JT's going to have his shotgun.
Let him know.
Right out of the shower.
Hashtag go to mailbag. Oh, did y'all see this video from Florida? What would you do if another man aggressively boarded your vessel? The drama behind it's a little. I guess some kids. I'm going to get some of the details wrong, but not the broadest strokes. But I guess some kids were like fishing under a bridge. Maybe they didn't have their lights on, or there was a captain with a charter out there fishing under the bridge, and maybe the kids came by at speed under the bridge with their lights on, and I think they yelled at the charter captain, whatever. But basically, this charter captain rolled up on the kid and boarded his ship like a pirate, threatening to beat the hell out of him.
A grown man doing this to a kid?
He was like 22. He kept saying he's a kid, but he is like 22. Whatever. It still was though like a man against a younger man.
Yeah, asking like what you should do.
Yeah, like if another man
pushing him off my ship.
Somebody boards my boat. That's like coming into my home. Like it's all free.
Yeah, because the 22-year-old was terrified. He was like begging the guy not to hurt him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would push him off my ship. I would throw him overboard.
I think it's a bad look for the charter captain. I don't know if you can be doing that and be captaining a vessel out there.
That's messed up.
You should watch the video during the break. Hashtag go to be mailbag. Dow futures indicated should open 1,000 points higher. What does this say about the abysmal ratings of the college football playoff?
I don't know how the two correlate.
It's just Nookie, our local autist, being locked in on something. Hashtag OTB mailbag. How does T-Bob treat his herpes? I don't.
You don't treat him?
Yeah.
He just lets it go.
Exactly.
It's like his feet.
Oh, I just got chills.
For real.
Oh my god.
I actually washed the top of my feet this morning.
Okay, you need to
Hell, I
wash
hope
the
so.
bottom.
The bottom's where you need to
Let's
wash.
Why would I wash the bottom?
Guys, one at a time. The bottom's clearly
Why would
today.
I wash the bottom?
The bottom's
The
That's what
bottom is
touches
sitting
everything.
down there in soapy water. What does it touch? My sock? The bottom of my shoe? Hashtag go to mailbag.
The fact that y'all think the soapy water is washing y'all just
It's crazy.
drives me crazy.
Yeah, as if soapy water could wash something, right?
Just sitting there
If
stagnant.
you
have to
scrub it
scrub
definitely
the dirt off.
washes something.
I scrub my booty. I don't need to scrub the bottom of my feet. Hashtag go to
Your feet
mailbag.
smell like booty.
And that
Right.
soapy booty water is what you're standing in. And you're like,
Okay,
it's clean.
that's actually not a bad point.
Soapy booty water.
That's actually not a bad point.
Take that, Murphy, Sam, and
Oh my
Jody.
gosh.
Have any of you ever seen?
That's the best thing Tay-Tay's ever said on this show.
Have any of you
Print the
ever
shirts.
seen a UFO?
Yeah, I have.
For real?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, because if there's something flying above me and I don't know what it is. But you mean like spaceship? No.
Alondra, you've seen a UFO?
I've seen a UFO. We were coming back from Mexico. We were crossing the border into McAllen, and we saw a UFO.
I'm gonna need more. Like,
I was
tell
a
me like
kid.
what it looked like what happened.
It looked like a flying disc. Like, it looked what you
Really?
think like a UFO. It was not a plane. I swear, I'm being so serious. You can ask my brother. Like, we
Yeah.
can call my brother right now and ask him. We were coming back from Mexico, and it was nighttime, and we were kids. And there was a UFO, and none of us, even the adults in the car, didn't know what it was. Like, it literally looked like a UFO. And there were no drones at the time, or maybe there were. I don't know. But, yeah.
And I've never been to Mexico,
had.
so she's probably right.
I wish I
Yeah.
had a UFO experience.
Yeah.
I have not.
We were so freaked out. It
I'm
wasn't a
not yet.
plane. I don't know what it was.
I just always am like it's some sort of, military tech. But who knows? Daniel Basham, you start choking on your food, but you quickly realize the person giving you the Heimlich is aroused. Do you let him save you or do you choke to death?
No, save me. I mean,
Bro, you got to save me, I guess.
yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
we'll deal with that after. Like, one thing at a time, please.
You know.
After you're done choking, just be like,
Well, they say
The
you
first
cross
thing you
that,
do is
cross
just
that-
assault him.
cross that bridge when you come to it. Like, save me first. Then we'll discuss other options.
Go south, and he says this in jest. Says Alondra probably seen all kind of aliens crossing the border. Okay, not those. We're talking about extraterrestrials.
I don't love that.
Wow. Let's get back to soapy
He did a
booty
winking.
water.
He did a winking
Soapy
and laughing
booty water.
emoji.
I mean, that's fine.
Hey, T did change that subject real quick though, from soapy.
Yeah,
It was
Taylor
a
got it with
good.
that one.
It was a good line by Taylor. It was a good line by Taylor for sure. We'll give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah. That was, sometimes you have a foul tip. That was a solid single to the right side.
Let's
That
go.
might have been a double.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty
Gapper. It would take 0.3 seconds to clean those little feet.
Yeah, like, just take the time. They're small. You don't have a lot
Not
of
small.
room to cover.
They're not
so.
small. They're very thick, and they're size 12. Okay, not to brag.
I need
wear
a
a
point
size
of
12.
reference. Yeah, I need a point
I
of
wear a
reference.
12 and I'm 5'10".
Yeah,
I
but
need to know
again,
what every
you are the outlier.
other 6'4" person is
You
wearing.
are the outlier.
What size you wear, T?
12, 12 and a half, 13 sometimes. But that's really
13 sometimes.
that's really more of a width thing.
Yeah.
No, I was
It's like
telling
my
you that
pants.
yesterday.
I have to
had
buy my pants really big on the waist to fit my legs. Otherwise, they just don't stand a chance.
Taylor went yard with an obnoxious bat flip.
And it's not a home run. Let's
No,
relax a little bit. Short but girthy, certified chode foot. Yeah, that's what they call me.
And what size of shoe do you have to really go to somewhere special to get it? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go to the store.
Oh, I think probably 16 and up.
Yeah,
Right?
Will Blackwell, I want to say, wears like 16, something like that, and it is.
He does?
Yeah, it is.
Now, that's somebody that's
impossible.
Like, he's truly.
Well, he's also
built
got
like
your
a Lord
size.
of the Rings
yeah, he's got
character.
your size hands.
Oh, for sure. He's got some meat cleavers.
Yeah.
He's not, how tall is Will?
He's about 6'4".
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He just does it. He can't buy shoes. That's a special order.
I feel like
everything.
only Nike Air Monarchs are available in size 16.
Yeah,
at
I
the
mean,
store.
my old college roommate worked for Nike, and for groomsmen gifts, we all got shoes, and he couldn't get matching shoes. He had to get like a different kind because it was the only ones that they made in the 16s.
There you go. Scott says he wears a 16 and has to order his.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of what I haven't seen in the store. I think I've seen some 14s and
Feels like
15s,
14 is where it maxes
Yeah.
out. Once you get above 14, you're getting into outlier territory. No, Jake is not a hobbit. He's more of a dwarf, in my opinion. Like a Lord of the Rings dwarf in his proportions. Anyway.
Which one's that? What are you talking about?
Like Gimli.
He's a little shorter than me.
Well, no, I don't mean height-wise. I mean, like, they have big hands, big feet. They're low to the ground. Like, dwarves are very full-back.
Great facial hair.
Yes, very full-back. Here it is, OTB mailbag. More we get back.
Off the bench.
Go to Boudreaux's Electrical, guys. Boudreaux'Electrical.com is a site where you can take advantage of the family-owned and operated company that's been around since 1982, serving their customers where everyone is treated like a VIP. If you need a Generac home generator to keep your lights on during the storm season, get more power, get more protection, a system that will kick on automatically when it's needed so you make sure that you and your family are protected, you can get that at Boudreaux's. We have incredible financing options, 24/7 monitoring so they stay on top of it, make sure it's good to go. And if anything does go wrong, they will do whatever it takes to make sure that it is fixed. Go to Boudreaux'Electrical.com.
If you want to pick up the phone and give them a call on the North Shore, it is 985-397-1562. Here in the greater Baton Rouge area, 225-300-9389. Like T-Bob said, it is always online at Boudreaux'Electrical.com. More power, more protection.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB.
Have y'all seen any of the, gosh, they're not the Oakland A's, they're just the A's this year. Have y'all seen any of their games? Like, have y'all watched anything?
No.
Where they're
No,
playing
I'm
there
not.
in Sacramento? Like, I'm watching them play the Padres last night, and Tatis hits a moonshot, just a bomb. And there's, like, some 3 or 4, like, metal buildings out there in left field because it's a minor league park. And, like, it's so funny. Like, I'm watching the highlight, and I see him hit it, and you just expect it to go into this large crowd.
Yeah.
There's, like, basically a couple of metal buildings out there, and it just goes past them. Looks like a storage unit out there, and it's just, I don't know, it's
that
a weird
storage
look.
unit is where they do their media availability.
Oh, that's true. I did see that.
I did see their media availability. It's terribly sad. Couldn't it have happened to a more appropriate franchise?
I watched Moneyball the other day.
It's a great movie.
Great movie. I don't
I was always
necessarily
jealous.
agree with the philosophy, but it's
You
a good
don't?
movie.
What part
I
of
don't
it?
know. Like, I kind of agree with both sides of it, where you kind of can't tell. You don't know who's going to be able to translate into the big leagues. It's like what y'all were saying with Shador. Like, you don't know how that's going to translate into the NFL or whatever. But I don't know if you can look at strictly numbers and build your team off of on base percentage. And
it definitely revolutionized.
I guess with the money, I get it because
Yeah.
they were trying to be cheap.
They were balling on a
but
budget.
Yeah.
But then the Red Sox took it to its best form, where it was like, okay, but what if we had money to spend?
Yeah.
But this was kind of the theory that
Right.
we used to spend
You
that
had
money.
And they
both.
broke the
Yeah,
curse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Because, like, the A's did it because they didn't have money. The Red Sox are like, let's use this strategy.
Yeah.
But if we got to
with better
overpay for
people.
somebody, got to go ahead and pay them anyway.
This is Taylor. He's a really hard worker. He always shows up on time. His only drawback is he's a Holocaust denier.
T-Bone.
T-Bone.
He's not a Holocaust denier, guys. Shout out Haley Van Lith. Just been revealed as one of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit digital cover models. Currently has a $1.1 million NIL valuation. Is she done with college ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the last go around
Yeah.
for Haley. Going out on top now, getting a digital cover as well. Got to pay pretty good. Shout out. She'll probably be in that 3-on-3 league, I'm guessing, and WNBA
Probably
or
where,
not.
I mean, it's probably where she'll thrive. Remember, I mean, she went to the Olympics in 3-on-3.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was something like she's, it's a different game, and she's obviously got a knack for that game as well. So she could actually, be one of the faces of that new league.
All right, let's leave ourselves some room here on the back end. I got a wild story that Taylor was talking about coming out of Cal football, as the Andrew Luck story we mentioned a couple of weeks ago already starting to have ripple effects, and something that I think catch more and more on in college football. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to pelicanroofing.com, pelicanroof.com, excuse me. You get to Pelican Roofing, the experts. Over 500 5-star reviews, guys, and a million different ways to get that estimate. You can text them right from the website. You can fill out a consult form where they'll call you up, or you can use their instant quote tool when you put in your address and use the satellite imagery to give you a ballpark of what you're going to be working with. Okay, there's a million different ways. Here's what Cade had to say, 5-star review on Facebook. Awesome company to handle our new roof. Alan was great in handling everything from the inspection with our insurance, getting everything lined up for the roof itself. Thank you again. Again, they will fight for you, the insurance companies, to get you what you deserve as well. Go to pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, go to that website today, and you can see all the reviews that T-Bot was talking about. You can get everything scheduled. You can check out their service areas. And look, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, they have offices in both. They are there in both communities. Go to the website today. That is pelicanroof.com.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier.
So that was Texas A&M introducing their new head basketball coach yesterday. Old Bucky McMillan. I like Tay said during the break, from Buzz to Bucky.
What a combo.
I always wonder what goes through a coach's head the first time they're at one of these things at Texas A&M. And they're like, what have I gotten myself into? And watching that video too yesterday, though, Jake, I did wonder this. What's the difference between a European soccer crowd and a Texas A&M football crowd?
The chants aren't as lame.
Is it that simple? Is it that A&M's is more like nerdy and less hooligan-y?
Yes,
people also
for
don't have
sure.
these milkman outfits
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Like it's like with a little piss and vinegar in European soccer.
Also, it's European.
That's like delivering milk to your front porch.
Yeah, that's like Walt Cleaver.
Yeah.
Leave it to
Sometimes they wear overalls with nicknames on them. Okay, relax.
Yeah. I mean, this is like,
woo!
I mean, we always talk about Texas A&M, the resources, and they can go get whoever they want. They've had a couple of coaches say, "I'm good. I'm going to go elsewhere."
Yeah,
in a couple of
that.
different sports. And 5 years ago, Bucky McMillan was coaching high school basketball, and now
Good
he's
for
the
Bucky.
head coach of Texas A&M.
They're trying to get their Al Golden.
Here's his record
Todd
at
Golden.
Sanford. Golden. 99-52. So it was good, but he was 6-13, 21-11, 21-11, 29-6, 22-11. Made the NCAA tournament once, didn't win a game. Got knocked out of the first round of the NIT this year, and was coaching high school football 5 years ago.
Look, maybe that's what A&M needs, though. Instead of going after a big name, maybe they need to try to catch a riser, you know? Which
How much are they paying him? Do you know? Does it say?
Probably not the $7 million they were going to give Chris Beard. I've not seen.
Probably not. Probably got a discount here. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, he was 3-time SoCon Coach of the Year, so it was good at Samford. But again, like Texas A&M, and you're hiring a guy that doesn't have a tournament victory, only has one appearance in the tournament.
So I do love that multiple people who are watching online at youtube.com/1045ESPN immediately after seeing the video are asking, why is Taylor on the screen? What the heck is Taylor doing in this video? As Taylor is our own yell leader. He's definitely the most yell leader adjacent here in the studio.
Looks-wise, yes, but in honesty, T-Bub,
looks-wise.
What
That's all I
about
mean.
my personality says yell leader?
I said looks-wise. That's all I'm saying. Just
Looks-wise, I'll give it to you.
If you walked in here with that same costume, I'd say, yep, that's a yell leader.
Yeah, looks-wise for sure.
Yeah.
How did we lose to these guys in football again?
Does any other school have
It's pissing me off.
their song be talking about like another?
Is it literally talking about Texas with the sawed-off
Yeah.
horns?
I mean,
I've
what
always
else would
wanted
they
that,
be
right?
talking
Yeah,
about?
no, that's it. It's Texas.
Jeez, that is. Yeah, that's some rent-free stuff right there, Bo. You got to change the song at a certain point.
Also, they weren't in the same conference for years, so it just.
Yeah. Bilbo, our resident
People wonder
track
how
field.
they lost their coach to Texas. It's just shocking to me.
Our resident-
Schlossnagle didn't want to stick around for that.
Bilbo says, to be fair, A&M built 2 indoor tracks for the track and field program, where LSU's letting the track and field program evaporate into nothing. Is that true? I don't know. Taylor, you absolutely should dress up as a yell leader at some point. Halloween, a bit, somewhere along the line.
I think even I have more respect for myself than that.
We
Which
couldn't
is saying
get you
a
in
lot.
a yell leader costume. It's like when I tried to get Musso in a costume for Halloween when he worked in this show. And
I'll do some Halloween.
I had to
man.
do an overwhelming amount of bullying just to get him to throw Harry Potter robes on over his normal clothes. He's not into it at all.
What did we do this year for Halloween?
We didn't do anything.
We didn't?
Nothing?
What?
We
What do you
didn't.
mean?
Really?
We didn't dress up as anything.
Nothing?
I've only
No.
done Halloween on the show one
I
time.
suggested Pulp Fiction, and we never did it.
Hold up.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's odd.
Nah, I don't believe that.
Okay.
We
Hour
did it.
3 coming up next.
Check
Nick
the tape.
Underhill.
Off the bench.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, Our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, April 8th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 72. In hour 3 of today's show, Nick Underhill of New Orleans.Football hops on at 9 a.m. Then we'll close things out with Ask the Bench. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, 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 yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
What's up, y'all? Welcome into hour 3 of OTB. And right now, it's time to talk to one of our favorites, guy we talk to every single Tuesday at 9 a.m. and have for many years now, and that is Nick Underhill of New Orleans.Football. If you're not subscribed to New Orleans.Football, you should be. It's an incredible resource for all things Saints, as in the know as anyone is, which is especially important at this time with the draft right around the corner and hot rumors flying all around. Nicky, what's up, man? How we feeling today?
Doing great. How y'all doing?
Doing quite well. Actually, we ended up spending almost the entire first hour talking about Shedeur Sanders. And I know. And here's where it's weird. Yesterday we talked about it. I didn't pay it much mind. I'm kind of like, I don't think it's going to happen. Saints haven't showed a lot of interest. But there does seem to be, at least from outside voices, increasing projections, right? Whether it's Schefter, Kuiper, whoever, there seems to be a lot of Shedeur being mocked to the Saints at 9. How do I want to frame this question? It appears that the Saints are doing their homework on quarterback without a doubt. They keep working out guys, hosting guys. It doesn't appear like they've done a lot with Shedeur Sanders. Is this because they don't want people to think that he's interested so nobody trades up? Or do you believe that the New Orleans Saints are truly not interested in Shedeur Sanders?
Well, boy, that hasn't worked if that's the case, huh?
I know, right? Yes. To be fair, yes. Like if they've been trying to say no, all of a sudden everybody thinks they are.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, this time of year, everybody has their own information, and who am I to say that somebody else has bad information and I have good information, or I might be the guy sitting on bad information. So I feel like from my point of view, I feel like a lot of people pointing to him coming here is people from around the league connecting dots and saying who needs a quarterback. And now that the Giants are apparently out on him and Cleveland's apparently out on him, well, where do you go? I mean, it's the team with the lame duck quarterback who kind of I don't want to say publicly, but privately, but loudly let it be known that he wanted out of this situation. So then that's where you go. And from my point of view, I think that's what's happening. I think when we did the show on the Tuesday morning of the Combine, I told you guys I would be surprised if the Saints drafted Shedeur Sanders. As we sit here today, what's today, the 6th? I have no idea. 10 days before the draft or whatever it is, I will continue to say that I would be surprised if they draft him with the 9th pick. Maybe later in the first, maybe at 40. Sure, with the 9th pick, I would be extremely surprised, and so I might hear something over the next 2 weeks that changes my mind on that point of view. But every year, since 2018, I write one story before the draft, and over the last, 7 drafts, I've been able to publish it every single time but one. And right now I have no intention of writing a story about Shedeur Sanders.
Well, that's what we were talking about. This has nothing to do, for me at least, for Sanders as a player and like him being worthy of the 9th overall pick. Nick, this is for me the Saints right now with where they're at with Derek Carr, the contract situation, and what they need at number 9. That's why it didn't make sense to me, because you can go get a true difference maker at 9. And if you do want a quarterback, there's going to be options at 40 that aren't that much different at least my breakdown, than Shedeur Sanders, that if you took him at 9 and Quinn Ewers and say Jackson Dart fell to 40 or Tyler Shuck from Louisville. So
Shuck.
I thought he was great at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
I thought
if Shuck wasn't going to be 30 at the end of his rookie contract, he'd be my favorite. Why not? Like if you just watch the tape, I mean, man, he can play football, man. He's got an arm, he can run, he's big, he's physical. He just, he was a professional college student for a long time, but he's a really good player. But yeah, I mean, look, I agree with you, and I've been reluctant to talk about Shedeur because I like him as a player. I just don't like him at 9, and I mean, I think that's okay. I don't want to be the guy like screaming against the quarterback or the pick. Like and generally speaking, if you take him at 9, I see a scenario where he could end up being a very, very good NFL quarterback. But as I look at him right now, I just, he's a little bit shorter. There's not a lot of juice in the leg. He doesn't have an elite arm. I mean, I just, I feel like in a different class, you aren't even considering him here. And the other thing that kind of scares me a little bit about him, and again, this is probably a BS way to evaluate it, but if we're talking about Cleveland passing on him and the Giants passing on him, and then if the Saints pass on him, we're looking at 21. Like that's like the whole league isn't going to be clamoring to move up to get the number 2 quarterback in the draft if he gets out of the top 10. Like that's the scenarios. Like I was listening to Schefter's podcast yesterday, and that was like the scenario. It's like, isn't that a little bit telling that that's the conversation around him? Like what other time the second quarterback would the Browns pass on him? Would the Giants pass on him with Russell Wilson and who's Cleveland's plan at quarter? Kenny Pickett?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Browns are I think they're having a crisis of confidence when it comes to that position. I think they're terrified of trying to pick a quarterback. But your point is a good one. No, yeah.
I still don't believe for sure that he's getting past 3. Like I still find that hard to believe. They're desperate for a quarterback, and those guys are desperate to keep their jobs. I still think that's in play. Like I still think that's possible. But I don't know. This thing's all over the place, and it's very. I don't know. It's just wild. Like the variance on quarterback 2 in a draft can be that wide. But yeah, I mean, look, I would be surprised by it. I like him. If you could get him at the end of the first round, I would feel much better about it, because I feel like you can miss on a pick there maybe, or just have an okay quarterback at that point, and you're okay with it. But I feel like everyone other than Cam Ward at 9 feels like a significant reach. And, Dart would feel like a bigger reach to me than Sanders at 9. So, like, if you're going to take one, I hope they're taking Sanders at 9. But, like, I would much rather see them, if they're going to take a swing at a quarterback, take it at 40 or package 40 in one of those thirds to move back up in the first and get it at the end of the first round. But at 9, it just all feels way too rich to me. It's just not a good QB draft. It just isn't. And the worst thing I think you can do is force a pick. I'm of the belief of swinging at a quarterback, but I don't think you just swing to swing. I think you got to swing at the right guys and at the right value. And missing on a quarterback that's iffy at 9 while also passing up on a player that could help your depleted team, it just feels way too rich for me.
Okay, last one on Shedeur here, and you can be quick here, but like in your evaluation, because what we kind of boiled it down to is to whether or not you like Shedeur as a prospect. For us, the biggest thing is how long he holds on to the ball. In your film evaluation, do you think he was holding on the ball just because he knew he could and he could take sacks, but he could still try to extend and he wanted to make plays? Or is it a lack of processing? Because that's the biggest red flag to me, and the question becomes, was it a choice to hold on to that ball that long, or was it just a processing deficiency?
He looks like someone to me in the NFL, like he's going to have to figure out a way to win from the pocket consistently. And
yes.
I just don't know if that's how you play in the NFL anymore, is it? I mean, like 20 of the best quarterbacks in the league all have the ability to move. They got a little bit of juice in their legs, and offensive lines are getting worse and worse. And I think the quality of player coming into the NFL is just going to keep getting worse, and you can't practice anymore like the way you used to. So, I think quarterbacks have to be able to protect themselves a little bit, and that's just how the game has changed. You got to have like a truly elite offensive line to be able to win with Jared Goff type quarterback. And I just don't see that juice in his legs. I just don't. Like when he takes off, it isn't really there. So yeah, I mean that's a concern for me. If I'm taking a guy top 10, like I got to see a little bit of that, and I don't know that I see it. I think as far as like, I think he played a style of football there because he knew he could a little bit. I think that stuff could speed up for sure. I think he's an incredibly smart player. Like he knows where he should go with the ball most of the time. I think he'll pick up an offense really fast. I think he's been trained to be, an NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
probably since he was a very young man. So I don't think it's the processing thing. I think he knew he could get away with it, but the just to kind of reframe that a little bit. Yeah, I think he's somebody that has to win from the pocket, and I just think in general, like it's not a Shedeur Sanders thing. It's in general. Like I don't think that's what I'm targeting if I'm spending significant capital to rebuild my team. I can go get a pocket passer with an average arm in free agency every year, and it's not going to cost me the number 9 pick. So it's just that's the biggest hurdle for me. I think anything else, the lack of elite arm strength or anything like that, I think that can be overcome if you have that plus ability in your legs. But like I don't think he has a plus in either one, and it just doesn't add up for me at 9.
So with that in mind, kind of you were talking about earlier, at 40, there could be multiple options available, and we know the Saints have worked out and hosted plenty of these guys. Who would be your dream quarterback at 40? Would you take a quarterback at 40?
Yeah, I would definitely take one at 40. I don't dream as a stretch.
I mean, who would you be like? Let's say they're all available. Okay, which is unrealistic, but let's just say that whoever you end up choosing for whatever reason ended up falling, like the other guys got chosen. Like who would out of your Ewers, your Shuck, your Dart, Milroe?
Shuck or Dart for sure.
Okay,
Shuck or Dart for sure. Yeah, Shuck or Dart for sure. I think those two. And look, Shuck's age is definitely a concern, but at 40, if you can give me a league average quarterback on a rookie contract for a while, like that's fine. And their peaks are a little bit later. Obviously, I don't think you're looking at that guy as like your franchise quote unquote quarterback, but he can be, a very good placeholder as you continue to look around. So that's probably where I go on that. I think his upside is probably, I don't know. I mean, I might predict today, if I had to, that he's going to have a better NFL career than Dart. I mean, I just get more excited watching him. The arm angles and, he can make a play drifting to his left and throwing across his body around a defender, from a lowered platform. Like he just does everything. And if he wasn't, 43 years old or whatever he is, like you would be really excited watching him play football. But once you factor that in, the injury history, yeah, I mean, obviously, I think there's a lot of red flags there, but I think because of that, you can get a little bit more value out of that pick at 40. One thing I'll say to people, listening and wanting to decipher reporting, if there's a report on a prospect and there are 4 NFL teams listed in one report, that is not coming from a team. That is an agent putting out a report about their player.
So you're saying the Milroe story?
I mean, I think any story where it's like he visited the Jets and now he's going to meet with the Titans, Bengals, and Bills, and the meeting was great. I mean, the team isn't putting out information about somebody else. They aren't saying, "Oh, he met with us, now he's headed to the Jets." Like that isn't, that's somebody doing. Look, a lot of reporting gets done off of agents. They're great sources. They're incredibly knowledgeable, but they also have an agenda. And if you talk to any one of these agents for one of these quarterbacks, nobody else's client is going in the first round, and they're going to get everybody fired, and their client is the one that should go in the first round, and he's the savior of the organization. I mean, that's just, that's their job. That's what they're doing. And you got to build up some hype this time of year. But, yeah, I mean, I won't overreact to, stuff like that. Because most of the time that stuff is not like a team isn't going to put out a press release, essentially, is what that is. When something gets reported, they're going to put out a press release that, Milroe had a great meeting with the team and then, all this other stuff. So I take that with a grain of salt. But look, the thing to take from that is that they're around him and they're working him out and they're interested in him, at least to some degree, and that they're continuing to do the work on the quarterbacks. And, he could be an option at some point if, they took the time to go out there and work him out.
I mean, he's the biggest. I think Milroe's still kind of the biggest, upside guy because he has the closest thing to a superpower. He just doesn't seem to have maybe some more of the traditional quarterbacking skill set that would need to develop, obviously. There's a lot of in the chat, Nick, just trade back. But, people seem to forget. I mean, that takes somebody being willing to trade up. And, yeah, right now, maybe somebody wants to trade up to 8 if they really believe the Saints are going to go quarterback. But do you see a scenario in which the Saints could somehow incentivize finding a partner? What would be the leverage for them to be able to find a partner to move back?
It'd probably be Shedeur. I mean, if they don't want him and he's sitting there, I mean.
But then nobody behind him really needs him, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Yeah, and it's a weak draft, overall. And I like the idea of trading back. If you're talking about Tyler Warren at 9, or if you can drop back to, I don't know, Seattle 18, whatever, and you can drop back and you can maybe get Loveland plus, a cornerback, because you're picking up another second rounder, 50, something like that. It feels pretty flat, from a certain point 9 until whenever you're doing one of these mock drafts, there's 20 guys that you feel good about, because they're all in the same range. And yeah, I think you can move back and get a very similar player and pick up another pick. I mean, that's my favorite scenario right now. If you aren't in love with, the quarterback, otherwise you're sitting and picking, and, Warren might be there, maybe Genty, maybe Banks, some of those guys. I would feel good about any of them at that spot, but I feel better about coupling up and dropping back, 9-10 picks and getting another one. But yeah, the problem is if everybody sees the draft the same way, you got to find somebody that has to have somebody that thinks the person right behind you is going to take them. And, I think everybody's probably seeing the draft the same way.
Nick, I mean, we're talking about quarterback position here a ton because, the Saints' history and not drafting first-round quarterbacks, and it's exciting and all that. But if you had to right now pick the most important position where the Saints had to get it right in this upcoming draft, where would you go?
That's interesting. That's a really good question. If they're going to take the guy, the position, I feel like, and everyone, I'm sure the chat's going to be pissed about this. If you could get a game-changing tackle and you get them and you take them right there, I would love the pick. And then you're solidified. You have your bookend tackles. You got Fuaga. You got whoever on the other side. Trevor Penning is in the last year of his contract, and then you can just kind of start building it out from there. The other one, obviously, like if you're taking a quarterback at 9, like if you miss on that pick, that might be it. Like that might tank you. You know, that's a tough one to overcome. That's a tough one to start your tenure out on. Is you know the rookie head coach, because you're going to tie yourself to that for at least probably 2 years before you're willing to Andy Dalton them, and you know then where are you going from there? So you know that's the thing. It's not just like take it, who cares? No, like if you take the quarterback at 9 and you miss, like you're submarining damn near everything, and I just don't think that's a place where you can afford to have a miss out early in the draft. But for me, like I would really, really like to see him take a tackle at 9. I think it would be a great pick. I think you're investing in it. Every time you hear more talk, it's about building the trenches. You know, if you get those really good, really solid, and you have your 2 bookend tackles, I feel like playing football in general over the next 5 years is going to be a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Ugh. It's like eating your vegetables, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times it's maybe unexciting, but it's what is most needed. Look, guys, if you want to stay on top of it all, NewOrleans.football is the site. Also go follow Nick at Nick_Underhill on Twitter. Just, again, has excellent insight and is going to be a great resource as we rapidly approach this draft and the smoke screens and rumors continue to fly. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, that might have been the worst sales pitch ever for our website. Like, don't take the exciting quarterback draft to tackle.
Hey, look, sometimes you need the cold, hard truth. And in reality, that does make a lot, unfortunately, that does make a lot of sense. And maybe even then Penning gets to, like, bump down potentially. Like, yeah, it could, we'll see. New Orleans on football, though. Yeah. Go sign up for boring O-line articles. There you go, guys. I just added to it. All right, take it easy, Nick.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Go to KTOZBlinds.com. That's for K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. You want to really tie a room together, bring it to the next level. Drapery, shades. From the outside, you want some shutters, maybe some drop-down exterior shading for like an outdoor kitchen. Like Jake just hits a button, he gets shaved down, he gets to be out there in the Blackstone grilling, chilling, glares off the TV, staying cool during the summer. All of this can be yours when you take advantage of the great team at K to Z, where you get complimentary estimates, complimentary installation as well. That's KTOZBlinds.com, K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Everybody keeps saying draft a quarterback next year. I hope so. But if you draft a quarterback next year, it's going to be ideally, we need a terrible year this fall, which is not fun. But
I do have some, when we come back, some thoughts on the pocket movement stuff when it comes to the quarterback position and also like the age of a quarterback.
Okay, let's get it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Uh-oh, guys. Spring is in the air, though, maybe tough to know with it's cold weather. But you know what's great no matter the weather? An ice-cold Dos Equis. So while the bats are hot and the fans are out in the purple and gold in full force, you know what you want to do? You want to go for dose. Yeah, hell yeah.
Look
there we go, dude.
Not a big deal.
And get yourself a little tasty Dos Equis so you can celebrate big moments, bold moods, and every sunny afternoon. Shout out to Dos Equis.
Sunday, too.
That's true.
That's for like a good Sunday beer.
Great Sunday beer.
Friday beer.
Great spring break beer.
What's today?
The official beer of
Tuesday
spring.
Beer.
Baseball moments. Enjoy responsibly, Dos Equis.
You got spring break, summertime coming up.
Yep.
We said it yesterday. You'll probably hear us say it every day. There's not a better beach beer than a Dos Equis. You should grab one. Grab a Dos Equis.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
for over 50 years.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Back from the break, where the sports talk gets real. Kinda. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
So Nick Underhill is currently texting us videos of Tyler Shuck. But he's so old. He's so old, Jake. He's too old.
So he'll be 26 in September this upcoming year.
That's actually kind of crazy.
I mean, I get it, but also, let's say he plays 8 years in the NFL at a high level, semi-high level. He'll be 34. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, who cares if he plays 10 years? He'll be 36. Like, that's okay. It is okay. Like, Geno Smith just got a new deal. He's 34 years old. Dak Prescott's 31. Baker's 30. Jared Goff's 30. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Not like to not draft somebody. Because, if you get one contract, solid contract out of a guy, you feel good about it. If you get two, you feel great about it. So, like, if he got two contracts, let's put it at 9 years, and let's use his age in September, 26.
Yeah.
35, okay. Got 9 years out of the guy.
I guess the fear is that it takes 4 or 5 years to learn, but I guess it doesn't.
But that has been proven wrong a little bit because of, and Tate was talking about it during the break, with Jaden Daniels, with Bo Nix, with some of these quarterbacks that have all this experience in college because they got the extra year. The learning curve wasn't as great because they had played so many games in college.
Yeah.
They had seen so many different situations in college. They kind of went through some of their growing pains in college, and they're ready to play sooner right now more than they've ever been before. And so, I don't know that his age would really keep me away from him, knowing that if he played a decade in the NFL, he would still be, 36 years old, which, Matthew Stafford's 36, Russell Wilson's 36. As I said, Geno Smith's 34.
Saying that Shuck at 40 seems unexciting, but maybe that's more of a byproduct of he just wasn't as exciting as the college level as these other guys.
Well,
he had moments.
It's a little bit of
Louisville.
It's a little bit of some of the bubble of playing at Louisville. Like Louisville's a really good team this year.
Yeah, they were good. They had really good moments. I mean, they beat the hell up out of Clemson. But they also didn't
Notre
have
Dame
some
game. He looked really good.
Did they also have some inexplicable losses? Like how did they still ended up 9-4, I think.
I think so.
And that's with beating Clemson. I don't. So But so did Ole Miss. To be fair with Jackson Dart. Did
Colorado lost.
Let's say so did Colorado.
A ton of games.
Definitely.
A lot of us thought they were going to win, including the bowl game where they had all their players playing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the guy that went and won a national championship, Will Howard, we're not even talking about him in the first 3 rounds.
I know. And again,
the guy that he played it in the national championship, Riley Leonard, nobody's talking about in the first 6 rounds.
I love Riley Leonard. You want to talk about Leave It to Beaver? Jeez, what a wholesome kid!
Great human being. Yeah,
he just looks like a little super nice and responsible little 12-year-old Eagle Scout who's been stretched to 6'5".
Yeah, because he's a large human.
He's giant.
Yeah, nobody really. You don't think that when you watch him.
He just gives off young, precocious kid energy.
And also something that Nick was talking about the quarterback position and having to be able to have a little bit of an ability to at least escape the pocket with your legs.
Definitely has that.
You don't have to be a 4'5", 4'6", even 4'7" guy, because pocket movement and being athletic in pocket movement is a skill as well.
Yeah.
To be able to find the windows. And again, I played with 2 that were never going to beat anybody in a foot race.
Yeah.
But they were so good in the pocket, and their feet were so quick, and they found the windows to be able to get the throw off. And they didn't have to leave the pocket. It is a true skill. I think Garrett Nussmeier is really good at this too, because Garrett Nussmeier is not a runner.
No.
Hell, we were begging Garrett to run sometimes last year. But within the pocket, he is super athletic. And there's some really athletic quarterbacks that don't have that skill set.
Yeah.
So there is a difference in that. And
that's true.
But to Nick's point, I don't think Shedeur has either one of those things right now. But you can be very athletic in the pocket and be a 5-flat guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of interesting to hear, Nick, that he feels like the traditional pocket quarterback's completely going away. I think the thing about a traditional pocket quarterback, I think it's just a bit harder to find that ultimate success, because what Jake's talking about, you have to have still really elite footwork, presence, feel when guys are breaking through, kind of manipulate the pocket, and you got to be able to protect yourselves with decisions, which is harder to do maybe than if you're just more athletic than everybody else in the field. Guys, I want to remind you about Tommy's Windows Doors and Siding, GEAUXTommys.com. Go Tommy's for your windows, doors, and siding. Matter of fact, you want a Hardy Plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door. You go to Tommy's. You're going to see the difference clearly. You're going to work with a company that has won the Angie Service Award every single year that it's been in existence. You're going to take advantage of Tommy's 30 years of experience. You're also going to get energy efficient options that save you money over time by saving your money on your bills, by making your home more efficient, and lifetime warranties as well. Trust the exterior home improvement specialists at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go Tommys.com. Tay on the way out, you can join in. You wanted to hop in there?
Yeah, no, you were talking about the losses for Louisville or whatever, and how Shuck performed in them. 10 touchdowns, 3 picks in the 4 losses. So he was actually pretty good.
Who'd they lose to?
And 3 of the losses were good. SMU, Notre Dame, Miami.
Okay.
And they were all high scoring. Against Miami,
yeah, the Miami game was a track meet. I
4
remember
touchdowns,
that game.
no picks.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And then they lost a 3-point game to Stanford week 3.
Stanford was the one you're
I'm sorry, week 10.
All right. If you guys, if we're pushing Chuck, yeah.
I want to say Jim Nagy, who we can't talk to anymore because he traded us, and now he's at Oklahoma, no longer a part of the Senior Bowl. We'll get over it one day, just not today. I think that was his favorite quarterback of the week down in Mobile, was Tyler Shough.
Yeah, and I mean, he does seem to have maybe the best physical skill set out of that middle tier, and like their best combination of physical skill set and quarterbacking skills.
Yeah.
Maybe Shough's one of those guys who ends up being a slightly better pro than he was in college. Well,
and college career is pretty good too, though. Certainly once he got with Brom. I know he kind of bounced around.
I'll look at his numbers. And see how I feel about him. Let's go to break, and when we get back, we'll get into Dire Wolves and Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Keep it locked.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Remember, all the 8s there at Gordon, and he's going to eat for you. He's going to get you what you deserve. If you get into an accident, that sucks. It's an awful time. You know what makes it better, though? If you have somebody who's going to stand up for you and advocate for you. And that's where Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys comes about. You go to getgordon.com. You can fill out a consult form online. You can see past results from former customers. You can see the cases that they handle. You can also follow them on social media at Get Gordon. A lot of great content with your favorite athletes, members of the G team, general life advice, business advice, how to protect yourself when you get in an accident. It's all there. Get Gordon, get it done.
Go to the website today where T-Bob said it. You can literally do whatever you need to get done on the homepage of the website. But also, if you want to see what they're doing throughout the communities here in Louisiana, at Get Gordon on all major social media is that handle. And then it is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. This maybe something that would concern me about Chuck. He has only had one good year of stats in college, but it was his most recent year. So there is something to be said for that. Somebody who got better as the years went on. Anyway, let's start with a quick Tay-Tay, and then we're going to get to the Direwolves. Tay-Tay, story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
T-Bob, the Saints may have not signed a new tight end in the offseason, but their division rival has. The Carolina Panthers are signing Colin Granger from Coastal Carolina. Who is Colin Granger? Well, he's a 6'9" power forward that comes from Coastal Carolina, 7.2 points a game, 4.5 rebounds per game. And look, we're going to see what he's got. They were bringing him in. The Cowboys did this not too long ago with Rico Gathers. You've seen it, obviously. Antonio Gates is probably the most famous one to do this. But Colin Granger going to get a shot with the Carolina Panthers at tight end.
Alondra, since we don't allow you to talk sports, would you like to talk about Colin Granger? I see you in the chat saying we don't allow you to talk about sports.
I mean...
So give me your Colin Granger take.
Yeah, Colin Granger, I think it'd be a great pick. Give me your Colin Granger take.
I saw a picture of him.
Yeah.
And he had an intensity on his face.
Great take.
That I thought was interesting. The only real take on Granger is it's never been about the size with basketball players. It's the mentality. Like, yeah, he's 6'9", he's huge, he's a massive athlete, but basketball players aren't the dogs that football players are. It's exactly what Chris Long talked about all those months ago when they had this discussion about NBA players in the NFL and whatnot. So, yeah.
To your point.
Also, playing a sport you've never played and becoming a professional, yeah, we're never going to hear from Colin Granger again.
Well, to your point.
Went to three different schools, Ohio, Western Carolina, and Coastal Carolina. Averaged 7 points, 4 boards, and half of an assist this year. There you go.
Yeah.
Gathers was okay at the Cowboys tried to use him in some goal line situations. He couldn't block. I mean, he got his ass beat in the run game. That's why he didn't last in the NFL. To your point about the physicality, and I mean, he was what 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, it is truly all about the mentality at that position. If you want to be a tight end, even Gates, Gates was a willing blocker. Was it the best thing he did? No, it wasn't. But he was a willing blocker and could do it well enough. And he was just a mismatch nightmare for any defense. Jimmy Graham, kind of same situation. We've seen it work out before, but more times than not. And so, I mean, yeah, 6'9", 230 sounds great, but 230 is a little light in the pants to be an elite tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys we're talking about were 250.
So yesterday, it was said that direwolves were reintroduced. They were de-extincted from the planet Earth, extinct over 10,000 years ago. Alondra, you have done the research. Is this true?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said earlier, it's kind of true. They just took their closest relative and took some DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth and a 72,000-year-old skull of a direwolf.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of tight.
And they just kind of edited the genes from this closest relative, and now they kind of have direwolves. I don't really feel like it's fully a dire. Oh, and then they put they had a surrogate carry it, so they put it in a regular wolf.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then it carried it and gave birth to it. But we were talking about it earlier. It's if it's kind of back, is it really back? I don't know.
So that's where it is kind of interesting, though, is how has the internet just desensitized us to any sense of wonder?
Yeah.
Is it not crazy that we're out here editing DNA and genomes and everything?
No, it's definitely insane, yeah.
That is still bat-ish insane.
The puppies are super cute.
They are super cute.
They're, adorable.
I don't think we'll be able to fully. I don't know if we'll be able to fully say whether or not direwolves are back until these things are grown.
Yeah.
Like if this thing is like 10 feet long, just a giant, something truly ancient, something Game of Thrones style, then it will feel like direwolves are back.
So they're living in a 2,000-acre site at an undisclosed location enclosed by a 10-foot tall fencing. So maybe they get super giant. I don't know. 2 male direwolf pups were born in October, and a female was born in January. They want to bring back mammoths now. Mammoths, the dodo bird, and Tasmanian tigers.
What
So it carries.
tiger sounds intriguing.
It carries.
Tasmanian tiger looks pretty stupid, though.
What about a saber tooth? That'd be cool.
Saber tooth would be cool.
Why does it look stupid?
Look it up. See if you agree. Maybe you don't.
It's like a little coyote wolf looking tiger.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't look that tight. It looks kind of stupid. There's a reason why it went extinct. Same thing with the dodo bird.
That thing?
It just looks very scary.
Yeah.
Bro, I got a dog in my neighborhood. Looks just like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't, like...
Got stripes?
But I guess, then again,
It
maybe...
looks kind of like a hyena.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's ugly.
It is ugly.
It looks like you got hit with the ugly stick.
It's definitely not cute.
No. Hell no. Alvo says Tasmanian tiger's a cool freaking animal. Okay.
I mean, they don't look cool.
You know what
I'll
is
take
cool?
your word for it.
You know what is cool? A freaking platypus.
Is it?
I mean, what a just weird mashup of different animals. Aren't they like poisonous as well randomly? As if having like a beaver tail and a duck beak and all this other stuff wasn't enough. I'm pretty sure they're also like poisonous. Or maybe they're like Komodo dragons. They got like bacterial bites or something. Platypus. Now there's a stupid animal. Glad they're alive.
I'm definitely thinking a saber-toothed cat would be the coolest thing to bring back outside of the wolf.
Yeah. Terrifying.
I think a woolly mammoth would be kind of scary.
They're venomous. Platypus are venomous. How about that?
Cool.
Do platypus glow in the dark? Is that true? You think a woolly mammoth would be scary?
Yeah.
Why so?
Isn't it bigger than an elephant?
I don't know, to be fair.
I think if something... honestly, elephants are pretty scary. So.
How about this? Terrifying? Bring back a megalodon.
Yeah.
Megalodons are still around too, bub.
I actually think so too, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, one just fought Jason Statham years ago.
The only evidence people have is like, we haven't seen one.
Okay,
and I'm like,
you are kind of doing
evidence.
They do say that.
I know, I'm saying, but you are doing the exact flat Earth logic that we were making fun of earlier. Like you just did the exact same
thing.
thing.
No, Earth's not flat.
Yeah, I know.
We've seen like satellite and stuff of it. This is completely different.
You're basically saying, I don't know, dude. We have show me where there's not a we haven't seen one. That doesn't mean it's not there.
I feel like the Earth being flat
or
or not is
different.
more proven than the megalodon.
Because they say
absence of evidence.
It's a big ass fish to be hiding out.
Evidence of absence.
Well, we haven't seen it, but I'm like, yeah, don't you say that like 93% of the ocean you haven't even seen yet? Like
Yeah,
the
we don't
chances
know
of
all
you
the
just
ocean.
not coming across this thing are like
We know
really
more
high.
about space than we know about the ocean.
Except that we know that a megalodon wasn't like a super deep dark ocean faring fish, right? Like
But
would
maybe,
they be?
I agree, and they're like, okay, well the food chain evolved over time and they got extinct. But like, what if the fish evolved at the same time?
I think you're using flat Earth logic here. Maybe so. Maybe megalodons exist out there. As Jake said, I mean, Statham did just fight one.
This is more of just me like wanting them to be out there.
No, I'm not. I actually was very clear earlier that I'm not a flat earther.
Nobody's flat earthers here except for Taylor.
Sure.
He's also a Holocaust denier. So.
Just
Yeah, exactly.
Me of all people.
All right, when we get back, it's going to wrap up the show. A little Ask the Bench. Keep it long, going to be
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. And look, man, if you need a new vehicle or you want a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get great warranty coverage, but you get a better price, especially, needed now as, whatever. Things are getting expensive or have been. All-Star Toyota is there to guide you. and your family, and find the answers for you and your family. If you're someone who wants to kind of do your own research, look it up. You can go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You can do that there. Or you can just go trust the people that work there. Go show up on airline, go to and let them guide you there. Remember, if you go to the body shop, mention OTB, get $250 towards that deductible. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
And when you go to the website, check out what they have available. Multiple SUVs, multiple trucks, sedans, hybrids, you name it. They've got multiple options. They've got minivan, full-size SUV, and it's buying new, it's leasing, and it's also renting. Not going to find that anywhere else. allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
This is Coach Kim Mulkey. Go to parishbuilt.com for all of your roofing needs.
From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat.
Back at it, where sports talk meets pure chaos. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, let's do a little Ask the Bench here on OTB. Favorite special teams guys you played with / watched, punters, kickers, returners excluded. Ron Brooks just popped in my head reading that question. Shout out Ron Brooks.
We're talking about like a war daddy, obviously, if you're not talking about returners. Oof. I'm going to go Steve Gregory with the Chargers, who's now the defensive coordinator for Vanderbilt. And then LSU, it's easy. Stelzy, war daddy.
Yeah. Ask the Bench, how long will Magalandra have to wait for her next segment?
Tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something. Oh, we're going to recap Yeshiva and Lehman College.
Yeshiva Lehman coming up tomorrow.
Look, I get some big plans for Alondra here in the future. I'm still not sleeping on the Delilah segment that we had a little brainstorm session. I think we missed an opportunity there.
Alondra, I mean, that's evergreen. We can launch that whenever we want to. Hashtag Ask the Bench. The coelacanth fish was discovered after thought to be long extinct. One of the
what?
megalodon.
The what?
I don't know. I'll just read what the idea behind why megalodons, and then this is why people say they're not alive. This is what you have to argue against.
But tell me why they are alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this is what you have to. This is what you're gonna have to argue against. They're saying the sharks would leave the megalodons would leave telltale bite marks on other large marine animals, and their teeth would continue littering the ocean floors in their tens of thousands. Not to mention that as a warm water species, megalodon would not be able to survive in the cold waters of the deep, where it had a better chance of going unnoticed. So now you can look up like why they would be around, and see. Give me something else besides the ocean's big. I need one other reason, because yes, that's fair. But give me one other reason besides ocean being big.
Okay.
Speaking of big, we got some big deals at Cool Pro HVAC, coolprohvac.com, your local HVAC experts. Have them come check out your system today. No dispatch fee with Cool Pro, okay? Keeping the prices low for their customers. They're going to charge you just because they have to come out. So have them come out, look at your system, make sure that it's good to go. You're going to avoid any catastrophic issues down the road, and you're going to get an idea of what the process is like working with Cool Pro. In doing so, you may want to explore the Pro plan. Only $99 for the entire year, and you get 24/7 monitoring, priority scheduling, and 1-hour service windows. And look, if the worst does come to pass and you have a big job, we got plenty of financing options available. Remember, no dispatch fee at Cool Pro. Go to coolprohvac.com today. Ask the bench. Scientists brought back a giant beast. They need you to kill it. Which action star are you bringing with you for help?
Statham.
Yep.
Not even close.
Easy.
Tom Cruise.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's the job?
What's the job? Hashtag Ask the Bench. Is Tom Cruise the last true movie star?
What do you
I
mean?
think Timothy Chalamet is a movie star.
Yeah, no.
I love him.
Yeah.
Like I guess it depends on like movie star, like you talking about
Yeah, I
action
guess so,
star,
yeah.
box office star. Tom Cruise is definitely like in a stratosphere that most are not.
Also, Todd Golden with Florida. He reminds me of Timothy Chalamet. I think it's the eyes. He does. He reminds me of
Don't put
Timothy
that-
Chalamet.
don't.
I mean, you could not like him, but like he reminds
No,
me.
I don't mind. Like I've only had one
He does
conversation with him. I'm just saying
not
like
look
he's
like
not
Timothy
he's not as
Chalamet.
handsome as Timothy.
Looks nothing like him.
Right here in this
Stetson
picture,
Bennett
he
looks like
definitely
Timothy
does.
Chalamet.
I could get behind that.
Yeah, why are the Rams going to draft a quarterback? What about Stetson?
I forgot about him.
All right, guys, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow for a brand new Wednesday edition of OTB. Have a great Tuesday.
Off the bench.
Go to Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, your Goodwood. Great health, better sex, best life. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're done settling for mediocrity. We are retaking control of our lives and our libidos. And if you have ED or anything like that, there's plenty of ways that you can address it. And at Goodwood, we're going to customize a plan for you based on what your body needs. So head over to yourgoodwood.com today. Just go see him, schedule that consultation. Remember, I just got my blood drawn there the other day. It's a very easy process. Explore HRT, man. A lot of really great data on HRT and what it can do for you. Go to yourgoodwood.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you can find a full list of services that they offer there at the clinic. You can find their hours, their location, also that phone number, 225-4GD-WOOD. But like T-Bob tells you all the time, man, do not be nervous about this. Do not be embarrassed. There is a solution to your problem, and it's with Goodwood, yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Crime has serious consequences.